Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Alberto Carraro and today we are going to stream live the Melges World Series. Today we are going to race, we do this amazing race that will be done with the offshore boats, as you can see in our pre-streaming chat. And here we have with us Mauro from Zero Gradi Nord. This one, he will be my host today. Mauro, are you online with us?
Yeah, I'm here, guys. It's a really pleasure to be with you, Alberto, and to stream the first edition of the Melges Virtual World League.
Wow,
Thank
that's
you so much to guest me tonight, and we can go forward because we have an incredible entry list for this first event online Melges, along with Virtual Regatta.
okay. That seems amazing. Can I ask you just a technical question? We have only a few minutes, so we are going to see one of the races tonight. Can you tell me which one do you think we have to start with that have we can have more interest with? We have three. Can you describe also what will be the session tonight?
So the session tonight it will be basically some practice race session. We have some really experienced sailor, and moreover we have also newcomers and not so experienced sailors. So this is the chance for everybody to learn how it works, and also for us that we are behind the scene of this event to understand well how to manage such number of entries. We have more than 200 entries, and we have something like 35 nations represented on the virtual water of Virtual Regatta under the flag of Melges.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think that we can go on the race course of the Melges World League 2. We have some really strong entry list with a mix bunch of owners and pro sailors.
Okay, can you tell us which one will be inside the League 2? Because we have a lot of people around. I found at the moment the race where I believe is League 3, because I found the...
Is the Melges World League 2 owned by Marco Querci, that is the race officer of the race. We have to underline that we have 20 sailors inside of each races, but at the end they will be 19 because the boat owned by the race officer, that is the name Marco Querci in the chance of the race course number 2, is just there to manage the situation and to get the scores of the race.
Okay, that's amazing. I'm going to have a look really soon to this race. Give me just 1 second. I have some Virtual Regatta is a little bit trouble this evening, and sorry, I was looking at the chat we have. I'm going to go in the race. I'm going to check which one is the race number 2, because we have multiple races open at the moment, and I needed to find the right one.
Yeah, it's there are a lot of virtual sailors. I think that this is the best chance right now for you. The situation that we have is the only chance that we have to feel some salt water over us, and obviously is the chance to be all the time sailing when you are going to use Virtual Regatta, and you can do that during the night, during the afternoon, during the winter, in each moment of your life. But this is the best moment, I think, because we are stuck in our house, and we are so fully focused on some sailing event all around to us.
That's really amazing. Thank you so much, Mauro. Can you speak? Can you tell us more about yourself and what you do normally?
I'm a sailing journalist. I'm managing Zero Gradi Nord, and I'm doing that from something like 17 years. And right now, Zero Gradi Nord is one of the most important Italian multimedia sailing content creator and website. And I'm also involved from a long time in the Melges events as a communication manager for the Melges group in Europe. As you know, Melges is made by Melges Europe and Melges USA. In Europe, the situation is managed by Luisa Bambozzi, that is really focused on this event. Everything started, as you know, because we explain everything to you also. Everything started like a challenge, like a simple game to make some community inside of the Melges family, but we are really, really happy to have sailors coming from all over the world and from different experience.
Okay, at the moment, I only managed to find the race number 3 that we are going to look at right now because we have 15 players in. I did not find race number 2, but probably because the list is so long, there's so many races, and Virtual Regatta is so busy. Are you in the same race or in the race number 2 right now?
I'm in the race number 2, the race managed by Marco Querci.
Okay.
Inside right now we have 15 sailors and the race is on. We are sailing upwind toward the first mark in Porto Cervo.
Okay. Can you tell me how many seconds are gone so I can show the same?
We have 28 seconds.
28 seconds inside the race. Same MW1, MW3. How many racers, sorry?
They are 15. And you can find inside Mascalzone Latino, Fragliotto.
Okay, found it. Yeah. Now, because the other two have the MW1 and then MW3, but this one had Marco Querci, so we are here inside. So if you want to comment, you can go straight ahead. We are watching now the live here.
Okay, so as you can see, we are on the first upwind leg. We are right now on the right ley line. We have some sailor that is completely out of the ley line. I think that we are talking about Mascalzone Latino Junior. Right now we have the Deutsche entry of Eat that is taking the lead of the race. I'm trying to change my point of view on my iPad. And we are really, really close to the upwind mark with the cycle. Right now, on the first upwind mark, we have contact, so everything seems clear. For Capogita, that is a second. We have GD Ita 5, Giulio Desiderato from North Sails that was penalized a few seconds ago. The fleet is sailing toward the offset mark, but Alberto, you are really experienced in the game. Can you explain something about the Porto Cervo race course?
Okay, as you can see, this game have two main information. One is the wind direction, that you can see the four small flags, the three small flags you can find in the top left of your screen. And then in the top left of your screen you have a radar of the course, where is whiter you have less wind intensity, but where is darker you have more wind intensity. So in this kind of boat, for example, where the boat can accelerate really, really fast when they're going in a zone with more pressure, rather than in an upwind leg where they are much more stable over there. So people will try to choose a zone with more wind when they're going downwind, rather than they will follow more the angle when we're going upwind.
Right now we have Giuseppe Capaldi from the Yacht Club Capri that is leading the race with some good margin over Capogita. Andrea Magni, that is an experienced Italian sailing passionate. He was sailing on the Melges 24 until a few years ago. And in a third position with 70 meters to recover respect cycle, we have Zingo. And Zingo is Marco Zingone. He's an Italian sailor.
I believe Marco Zingone is a laser sailor rather than a Melges sailor. Oh, am I wrong?
No, I think that you are perfectly correct. And as we have as we have explained a few minutes ago, in this game we have a lot of real sailors, pro sailors, sailing passionate, coming from different classes, moving from some maxi yacht, coming down to the one design world that is the world of the Melges performance sailboat. And we will have in also Harry Melges the fourth, that is the son of Harry Melges, the CEO of Melges, USA.
Wow, that's impressive. Just to let you know, we have the honor to have Psycho just this weekend with us, speaking with us. He's from Naples. He did an amazing race. He's really, really a pro e-sailor. It's not the first time I see him in the front. It's not the first time I see him racing in an amazing way. What did you tell me? For example, right now, most of the boat will have jibed to go on the right-hand side of the racing area as there is more pressure, more wind. As you can see, Capogita and Upside Down are going to that side because it's more windy. And only right now, Psycho decided to follow the rest of the fleet. What can you tell us about the international part, like the Swiss or the German that are in this race?
Yeah, absolutely. We have different countries, as you can see from the flag that we have close to the name of the boat on the left side of the screen. And Capogita decided to jibe right after the offset mark, try to recover some distance, respect Psycho, while Marco Zingone is now second, and he seems that is now in front of Capogita, that is losing ground, also respect Fragliotto.
Okay, just to let you know, this boat have an amazing wind shadow in front of them. As you can see, there is almost 100 meters between the two boats that both can shadow each other. And when the two boats shadow each other, the boat try to lose speed and lose a little bit of angle. So in the downwind leg, most of the boat gain a lot of speed, and other boat really reduce their speed really fast.
So now we are on the finish line with Psycho that is crossing the line first practice race of the series in first position, trailed by Capogita and Upside Down. I'm going to check for the name of Stefano Migliarini. Is another Italian guy that is third on the line with the Swiss entry of Cortauri that was fourth.
Okay. So we have Psycho in first position, Capogita in second, Upside Down in third, Cortauri in fourth, Sesto Elemento in fifth, GD Ita from Quantum, you say? From which sail factory was it?
From GD is one of the North Sail specialists.
North Sail, sorry. Giulio Desiderato, sorry. So sixth, Giulio Desiderato from North Sails, then we have Marco Querci, then Heat, Lala. That's kind of
Lala's Ladai, it seems to me.
Okay.
Not an easy name.
It's not an easy name. A lot of L. And then we have Ricola Schulte, Lolo follows Zingo, Fragliotto, and then Lauro and Mascalzone Latino Jr. So next race. Which one we are going to watch right now? Because right now will be.
So I'm going to check for another race, and.
I will say race number one. What do you think?
Yes, could be a good idea. I'm going to check for the race courses because there are tons of players connected to the Virtual Regatta.
Oh, I already found the Marco second race, but I believe it will be nice to swap around. I believe will be 16 minutes. Let me just give a quick reload. Let's see if I. Okay. Just to check if we have the race started already or not. I don't think so though. Okay. So what do you think is the first time you see this kind of race, Mauro? Is it alright?
No, I'm a player of Virtual Regatta.
Okay.
Not so experienced. I spent a lot of time during the winter out of my racing business, spending some time in front of my iPad, sailing against the virtual sailor, and it's really, really fun. And I found myself better sailing on the multi-hull than in the monohull. And I was reading a set because using the iPad often happens to me to make some bad tack because I was just passing with my hand in front of the iPad, and the iPad is really, really sensible. And so I was tacking in the wrong moment. I was getting penalties. It was sometimes not so fun. I was really disappointed, like a real sailor.
I can totally understand what you're feeling because, especially with the iPad, it's kind of tricky to do it. And I'm still looking for the races, but I have some hard time to find it. Did you manage to find any of it?
Okay, I'm going to check also.
So at the moment, there are too many at the moment. I want to check if they already started. I don't think so. And do you know just a reference about how many boats and which kind of international team we have?
We have to check for the race courses with the 20 boat in.
Okay.
As I was explaining, we are in 20 for each race course, and we have one organizer. So we have 19 sailing boats inside of the event, but the number is 20.
Okay, can be Mauro and 081 inside.
Mauro 081. No, you have to check for or Marco Querci or MWL3. That is the name of the boat owned by Matteo Sprecacenere. He's another guy working for Melges Europe. He's really well known all around the sailing world because he's the guy that is in charge of the preparation of the boat and before all the events owned by Melges Europe. So he's spending a lot of time working close to the owners and to the pro sailor and getting ready their boat for the events.
I seriously MW3. I found MW3. I will give you more information as soon as they let me in. Okay. Are you into the same race?
I'm still looking for it.
Okay, 15 seconds to the start. You can see on the top because there's 15 seconds. Okay, we have Nicola Girardi from Escopazzo Sailing Team with a white boat. Mauro Noto, I believe, is with the Carrota. So,
yes, it's correct.
That I believe is from the TP52 that is in Naples. And then can you tell me anything about the other racers here?
Yes, I can tell you everything about the entries of the race course number 3. The race course is owned by Matteo Sprecacenere, is our race official, and we have inside Dogarves that is owned by Yezar Doga, the Aribas. Is a guy coming from Turkey, and we have Hungary 58, Bamba that is managed by Federico Buscaglia, another Italian sailor, Escopazzo Sailing Team, Nicola Girardi, Alpina, Julian Stuecki coming from Germany, Eileen, Switzerland, Cedric Schenk, Moito 161, Florian Rixner, is sailing inside of the Melges fleet. Giacomo Fossati is a tactician on board the Melges 24. Taki 4, they are the world champion of the Corinthian division of the Melges 24 class. Riccardo Gomiero is also sailing inside on Melges 24, Montura, the name of the boat is Pulesh. Dani Rast is the wife of Christopher Rast, is a former Melges 24 world champion. He won in 2014 in Middelfart in Denmark. Maybe could be 15, but I believe in 2014. Then Vadim Yakimienko, another Melges sailors coming from Russia, Marionotto, Carota, Anton Sergeyev, Anton 470, Michele Andreattini with Kimi, Cesar, Travado Rosado, Fresnatator, Connor Flower, PP Striped 92, Luke Patience, it's a great Brit sailors, really famous, Alexei Volozhenko and Mateo Soya coming from Croatia, but we are on the first upwind mark.
Okay, in the first upwind mark we have Fresnador in the first position, then we have Pulesh, that is Riccardo Gomiero from Montura in second position, then third position for Nicola Girardi from Escopazzo Sailing Team. I believe Montura is in Chioggia. Am I correct? Nearby Venice. Is that Melges 24? Do you know about Pulesh?
Wait a minute, because it seems that we have some problem with my voice, and they are updating me about that. And
He's just a little bit metallic, but there is it's okay. If you want, I can continue. We have Fresnador doing an amazing run. In second position, we have Pulesh with an amazing drop. Third position still for Escopazzo, and then there is a group of boats. We have 5 boats going inside into the same mark, with Carota in first position, but he's forgotten to drop the spinnaker, so he's going a little bit longer. And all in get the 5th position, but also a penalty.
This is the situation in the second practice race of the day for the fleet number 3. And we have Fresnadator that is leading the race with something like 3 or 4 boat length on Pulesh and is covering the opponents. As you can see, is in the midway between the upwind mark and the opponent. The opponent is Pulesh with the bright pink sails and hull, and Escopazzo Sailing Team that is right now third. It seems that the top 3 is well defined right now on the race course. What do you think, Alberto?
I think the top 3 are really defined, but during the downwind leg that will be changed a lot, because with all the wind shadow they can give to each other, they probably mix a little bit, rather than, I believe, there will be a lot of penalty from the second group that is following, with Alpina in front and J. Fossati and Carota. With Carota that is barely new to this game, but because he has really sail experience, he's an amazing sailor on this game. And as you can see, Carota is coming in portboard in the mark and getting the penalty, but he taking the best advantages from this situation, as you have only a small delay on your speed. As you can see, the boat is slowing down, but you don't have to do a normal 360 or 720 to get off from your penalization. So it was better for him to go inside portboard and get a penalty, rather than passing behind the whole fleet and avoid any penalty against all the other opponents. What you can say in the front, Mauro?
In the front, we have some huge lead by Fresnadator. As you can see, get richer during a sailing race. When you can lead the fleet, you can choose where to sail, and you will have all the time some fresh air. But as you were explaining before, as you can see, we have 150 meters of distance between the leader and between the opponent, and is almost under the coverage of Pulesh.
So Fresnanator finished in first position. What do you say?
Yeah, he's ready to finish in first position. But I was trying to explain that with this kind of boat on the water, you have some really big cone of dirty air when you are sailing downwind.
Yeah, absolutely. It's over 100 meters, but I believe Fresnelator was not covered by Pulesh because I'm pretty sure it's underneath 150 meters. So with 150 meters, with the boat you are not able to cover the boat in front of you. Rather than with 100 meters, you're still covering it. Maybe just slow down them a little bit, maybe 1 knot, but not more than that. So,
as you can see, as it happens in the real race, also here in the virtual, we have some huge distance between the winner and the last on the line. And obviously, you can make some mistake, but this is the results of the second race of the Melges World League race course number 2 with Fresnadator in front of Pulesh, Escopato Sailing Team, J. Fossati, Alin, Alpina, Pinstriped, Carota, Bamba, Hungary, 58, Sapido, the boat of the organizers, Mojito 161, and I Love Lucy. We can maybe wait for the other on the line, and as you know, I remember we have in this case 14 boats inside of our fleet.
Yeah, and as you can see, there are already 2,800 skipper online at the moment, and the race are still going pretty smoothly. That I'm not sure if you're aware, but sometimes the software have a little bit of a trouble when it's too overloaded, but today is going really smooth. I'm really happy to be able to comment this one without any trouble at all. The only trouble is there's too many racers today and it's hard to find a race, but it's a pleasure.
As we were explaining a few minutes ago, it's a great pleasure, and this is the right place to feel the salt water over you. If you are a sailing patient 80, you have to join absolutely Virtual Regatta right now. And now we are sailing in Porto Cervo with the offshore racer boat. But as you know, Alberto, you have a bunch of different boats and race courses. And most important, you have all the time wind on Virtual Regatta.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to give you a good news that Marco Querci already started the race. We have 30 seconds from the start, and now we can comment. We can give a nice comment to the racing start. 25 seconds to the start, and we will have a look of the start of Psycho that is starting on the mid lane. As you can see, the lane is really neutral. The wind is a little bit on the right, but it's going back to the left. So in 7 seconds, we will see who is going to start as the best. We have a huge fleet on the race committee, but a great start for Upside Down, great start for Mascalzone Latino Junior, and great start from the top 6 boats, Psycho included. Are you already in the race, or do you need more guidance?
I'm just giving now a look to your stream, and
it's 20 seconds
for me because
okay.
It's not so easy to going looking for the races in this moment because we have tons of race courses open, and now we are in the race number 3 for the race course number 1, the one managed by Marco Querci, and we have 13 boats now on the water.
Yep. And we have a Zingo that is a little bit over the ley line. In second position, we have Lalas Last Die with a French, with a Swiss flag. Then in third position, they say it's fourth, but it is actually third. We have Upside Down on the ley line.
It seems that Lalas Die, it's a really difficult name. Lala for us. It seems that Lala is also sailing over the line, and the wind is shifting a lot right now. Is going on the left.
Yeah, so, you're absolutely correct. I'm not sure if you're if you're seeing, because they're running the mark at the moment. So we have Zingo that is crossing the mark in first position.
Of Lala that was almost having a penalty, and he had to return on the decision to tuck to avoid the collision with Zingo. Zingo was doing really well also in the first race, in the first practice race of the day.
Okay. So we have Zingo in first position, second position for Lala's Day, third position for Upside Down, that is on the right side of the racing area, fourth position for Lolo Follow, and then we have GD Ita in fifth position, Capogita in sixth, and Psycho that is following in seventh position, with Mascalzone Latino Jr. in 10th position, and we are going to go nearby the downwind gate with Zingo that is starting to drop the spinnaker, is rounding the left mark as a left wind shift is coming right up. We have in second position Lala, that we call it like this, and then in third Upside Down, but they're going to split the marks because Lala is pushing him too much. Some issue for Lolo Follows, that is having hard time to run the mark and lose a couple of position. And then we have GD Ita that is taking two position and is going in fourth position. At the moment we have Zingo on the left hand side of the racing area that is doing a great race. He's 40 meters in front of Upside Down. Then we have Lala in a third position with the Swiss flag. Then we have really close to Lala, GD Ita and Psycho that are following her just for a few meters. And we have Psycho tacking and putting himself on a starboard position. Let me see if I can help him like this. Mauro, can you watch at your screen right now? See if you can see the same live I can see?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
This is really better for me. I'm looking right now the Zingo that is on the offset mark. Tell me if I am on the right time.
Yeah, you're in the right time. You can see it really good from that
perfect.
one.
I was checking out for the race, but it's really difficult. We have tons of players connected. So Zingo is now leading the race toward the finish line. We are on the second downwind leg of the third race for the Melges World League Group 2 with Marco Querci that is managing the race course, and the leader is Zingo with some huge margin over the opponents. But let's go into tell something regarding this big battle that we have for the podium finish position in this race.
We have Lala Last Day that is taking outside from the race Capogita, and in this occasion Upside Down is gaining a lot over Lolo Follows. Lolo Follows that went on the right hand side of the racing area to just avoid the fight, and there is a penalty for Lala that is slowing down, is going only 10 knots over the 14 of the boat in front of her, so she is out from the podium. Let's see who is going to...
On the other side, we have the two black boats coming with Upside Down that is now second on the line, trailed by Capogita that was really able to sort out from a very dangerous situation during the beginning of this downwind leg. He was completely upwind, respect the opponent, and he was struggling a lot to sort out from a very difficult situation. But as I was explaining a few minutes ago, Capogita Andrea Magni is really experienced inside of the virtual regatta world.
So we have Zingo that is finishing the first position, Upside Down in second, Capogita in third, Lolo Follows in fourth, GD Ita in fifth, Cori Tauri from Switzerland in sixth, Hita in seventh, 8 for Lala that lose everything in the just last part of the mark, Psycho in 9, 10 Sesto Elemento, 11 Fregliotto, and 12 Mascalzone Latino Jr. So We finished the first round of 3 races. What do you think about that?
It seems to me that we saw some real racing style, and everything happens, as you know, in no more than a few minutes on the race course. But this is one of the best part of the game. It's fast. You have to be really focused on your own business. You can go around looking at the fleet. You have just to check out the wind, I think, and you have tried to be faster as you can on the water and stay really far from the big risky situation, because as you know, if you get a penalty, you lose a lot of water respect the opponents.
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you think we can have the first start of do you think we can have some result for the race today? We have done already 3 practice race, right?
Yeah, we have 3 practice race, and now we have to check we have to wait for the results, and I'm going to check if we have some information.
Absolutely. I think I needed to stay hydrated during this race, so if you don't mind, I will sip a little bit of a cup of tea, just to make sure that we do not lose our voice during.
I can tell you that from the race course managed by Ottavia Reggio, we had the success of Roadrunner in front of Omanit Max and Roadrunner Racing. So for sure we have 2 guys coming from the same sailing team. And,
okay.
We had in 4th position the Hungarian guys of Malor. Then we had Katta Save the Queen, Federico Sidoli, and Umbidello coming from the 5th up to the 7th position.
Wow, that's really, really impressive. So we have the group number. That was the group number 1, right? That one, or
was the group? Now I tell you which group it was. The group number, yes, the group number 1, because it was supposed that I was managing the race course, but now I'm here with you doing some streaming. So Ottavia is doing the race official for the race course number 1.
Okay, do you think we can have also an idea of the race course number 2, that is the one we just see in the end?
Yes, I have the results coming from the race course number 2, and we had Zingo winning the race in front of Upside Down, Capogita, Lollo Wolves, GD, Ita 5. We had a full Italian top 5, and then we have the Swiss guy of Cortauri, and then the Dutch guys of IT on the race course number 2. While coming directly from the race course number 3, we had the success of the second race was also won by Fresnadator, trailed by Pulesh, Scopazzo Sailing Team, J. Fossati, all in.
That seems amazing. So we are looking for race number 3 now, right? Or we are good to go. Race number 3, let's see if they're already started. And now will be interesting to find it. Do you know by any chance if they already started?
I'm going to look.
Let me check if I can see it. What you can say about this kind of race? I believe they're really. Oh no, they finished. We already see 3 races, so.
Yeah, yes, actually, it was the 3rd race, because as you know, we have a really tight schedule, and we are now changing the group on the race course. We are trying to have all our our sailors inside of the game. So we are trying to practice everybody for the first day of racing that is set for April the 2nd.
Yep. So, do you want to give us a sum of the date of the race, a sum of the idea that's happening behind this interesting race?
Actually, we are working on the schedule, and we are trying to set up a qualification series up on 5 days, and starting from the April the 2nd, and we are focused to go forward until the day of Easter. And we have to close the qualification series. We hope to close the qualification series with 12 results valid for each one of the competitors. So all the other results will be discarded from the series. And with 12 results valid, we will have the first 19 owners, the first 19 e-sailors that will be selected for the final series of the first edition of the Melges Virtual World League. This is the idea that we have right now, but this is the first edition also for us, and we are trying to do our best to manage an event like this. Under some point of view, it's more difficult to manage an event like this virtual race than a real sailing event, because you have different timing and nothing is so tight like when you are playing online.
Absolutely. I have a good news for you. Right now, you do not have to follow any other racing. If you want, you can follow other racing areas. But right now is my turn. So it's time for me to start to look at the race. And let's try to join and to see if everybody is going in at the moment. Yes, the race is open and I'm going in. Sorry, I have to put my face inside as so the other people will not see the password, because we need to keep the password secret or people are jumping in the race in really a second. So I am in the race owned by Marco Querci. So if you want, you can see it from my screen, I believe.
Yes, absolutely. I will check it from your screen, and I will make some live comment for your race.
Yeah, absolutely. So at the moment we have you in the streaming live, but back to the boat. If you want, I can.
I was looking to myself in this home edition. As you know, we are under quarantine here in Italy, and we are struggling in this moment. But day after day, we will sort out from this situation, and this is the reason why we are here playing on virtual, because we have no sailing race right now, so we have to be on virtual regatta.
Absolutely. I want to ask you, do you want to start to describe for me which one will be the people are going to race against me? Because I have already 9 players inside. So if you want, we can have a quick overlook. We have Albi, D90, we have Black Mamba, we have Fragabbi.
I'm going to check right now. This is the race course. In this moment, we are on the water. Albid.
And if you want, I can give you some tips and tricks. Because, for example, other racers do not have so many options that I have. Because for hosting the race, you need to have the VIPs, upgrade. And the VIP upgrade give you the wind shift bar on top of you. So this one telling me that there is a left wind shift, and it gives me also the intensity of it. And if I'm on a port board, is it on green side? If I'm going on the wrong direction, is on the red. So it's really easy to visualize where I should go. And then there is the rear mirror that allow you to have a better view on what's happening behind you. That's really, really great. especially if you don't want to swap too much between the rear vision to the top vision, and you can easily change it with just pressing the R. So
we are still in the preparation in the waiting period because we are waiting for all the fleet filling in the race course, and it's expected that you have to sail in this race against Francesco Gabbi,
okay.
Alessio Muchacha, Fiore, Marco Gradoni, that is the three-time Opti World Champion, and is expected to sail against you in this race, and he is also the Rolex World Sailors of the Year 2019. Alberto Dall'Amico with Albid 90 as he is on the water. Alexis Loison, Matic, Nardizio, Tachicardia, owned by Michele Dandolo, Tyrone, Dorian Heitzig, Budalbu, Alberto Carraro, Filippo Galimberti, Black Mamba, Cookson, owned by Mattia Bozza, and Wiesel 2000. Bertil Balser coming from Germany, but for the moment we have just Italian sailors in.
I need to be scared about Mr. Gradoni, that I believe that will be really, really tough. But also have the opportunity to race against Tachicardia, that is really strong. He is also from Naples, I believe. I have the opportunity to race with him just last weekend, and he's a really, really good e-sailor. Can you tell me anything about Alessio Muchacha? Because I know that he's on a Melges 14. Am I correct?
Yes, you are correct. He was the winner of the past season in the Melges 14. The Melges 14 is the newcomer of the Melges family, and the fleet is building up also in Europe. It's Melges 14 has a great fleet sailing in the USA. Is becoming some boat to have, and we are pushing a lot, and we are hoping that also in Europe, Melges 14 can be the boat to have for the owners and sailing passionate, because it's also true that it's really fun to have the owner of the Melges 32 or the Melges 24 sailing in solo inside of the Melges 14.
Yeah, that's. Can you give me more information about the Melges 14, because I'm familiar with the 20, the 24, and the 32. I have the possibility to race on a 24. I have I've been raced against, unfortunately, in ORC against the 20 and the 32, but I do not know much about the 14.
The 14 is a solo dinghy with different mast configuration. The hull obviously remain the same, and you can have different mast configuration. You can have a bigger or little sails due to the weight of your body. And it's a very, very fun boat. It's fast upwind and downwind, and we had some really good moments with the boat sailing in Porto Venere. I was sailing on the 14 for after a lot of years that I was far from the dinghy. It was really, really difficult, really tough for me, because I was far from the dinghy world from a lot of time. And what can I tell more about the 14? The past year we had sailing in, and Muchacha was winning all the events that we had during the Melges big boat events. This is the Melges 14, as you can see, and we have some picture with the boat that is sailed by two guys, but at the end, when you're going sailing in racing mode, you go sailing by yourself.
They also have the possibility for a jib.
No,
this is the.
No, the 14 is the other boat that
okay.
This is the boat.
Yeah, so is finally someone did a proper dinghy that do not have 60 or 70 years, like the laser, probably. Seems a really high performance solo dinghy.
It's a really high performance, a really high performance boat. I was sailing with the boat in Porto Venere, and it's really fun, absolutely.
Let me go back because
We are building up the fleet. We are still waiting from sailors filling in.
It seems really it seems really fun. It seems really interesting, and actually I remember it because it was one of the possible choice for the Olympics. Am I correct?
Yes, you are correct. Absolutely yes. It's
They already make it flying.
it seems so. This is, I never saw this picture before, but it's really easy to surf with the Melges 14. Obviously, at the end, you need to be a little bit experienced to go sailing properly on the boat. But I was looking at some Melges owner, so not pro sailors, and they were able to go out and have fun just after a few minutes on board the boat. Obviously, go sailing and to go winning the race is completely another story, but you need to be practiced on the boat, as we are doing tonight with the guys on the Virtual Regatta platform.
Yeah, I'm just showing you some really amazing picture from this boat. That seems really fun. So we are ready in 10 inside the race, and there is only few minutes to start. I believe it's only 4 or 5 minutes.
Yes, I think so. I'm going to.
Oh, and Marco Gradoni is in.
Now we have to check if Marco Gradoni will be fast on the water, also on the offshore racer that we are using here in the Porto Cervo water. Look at the background. It's the real shape of Porto Cervo, with the main entrance of the Porto Cervo Marina, and right in front, right under your bar, you have the outside clubhouse of the Yacht Club Costa Smeralda.
Wow, that is
up on the hill.
Ah, it's up on the hill. Oh, that's amazing.
It's up on the hill. You have this is the external clubhouse. When they have when they want to check the finish line for some maxi event, they will be on the top of the hill, close to the clubhouse, checking down the finish line. And they have also all the instrument by Garmin. They are placed over the hill, and you have all the data of the wind speed and all the infos that you need in the clubhouse down to the Yacht Club Costa Smeralda Marina.
Well, to be fair, that part of Italy of sailing is unknown for me. I mostly sail around the Adriatic and then overseas, but not too much in the Tyrrhenian, especially in the northern part. I went to Monte Carlo from Palermo, but that's it.
And Palermo Monte Carlo is another really interesting race.
Yeah. We did it with I don't know if you remember Juno Plano.
Absolutely, yes. It was a really particular boat.
Really particular boat is exactly what how you can describe Juno Plano. And we finished second on real time, just behind Alfa Romeo. So we did a pretty good race. But was ages ago, not in the recent time, was 7-8 years ago. So 14, it starts to be interesting right now, right? Is more populated than the previous one. We have only a couple not Italians. So
yes,
so
it's a strong Italian fleet.
It's a really strong Italian fleet.
Can you explain to us, Alberto, some sailor as close to the name the blue flag.
Yeah, as you can see, also my flag has a blue flag, a blue tick, sorry. And that one means that you are a certified sailor. So you have to give them your world sailing ID. That's normally is the first letter from your name, the first letter from your surname, and then some numbers depending how many there are. And then they're going to check and see if your name is actually matching, if your details are matching, and if you are exactly who you're saying to be, they're going to give you the tick. Actually, I was one of the first in Italy to have the blue flag, because at the moment that they put it on, I was already a player, and the first thing I did was like, okay, I want to be a certified sailor, and I went through it in no time. So 56 seconds to the start.
56 seconds to the start, so I can live and we are in and we are with Alberto Carraro, that is one of the master of the Virtual Regatta platform. He gets a penalty a few seconds ago, but he will start for sure with some good speed. He's discarding the penalty right now and is now ready to get some speed and go sailing the toward the starting line.
We have a pen. It's now moving to the left because the left wind shift, but the committee boat is really high on the line, so that's why.
5 seconds to the start with Black Mamba that is approaching the line, and we had some really good start
we have a
Gradoni, but we had some wind shift.
Yeah, we have a massive wind shift on the left, and let's see if now I can avoid a penalty from here, but still do not be slowed down by the boat underneath. And I'm slowing down Bubaldo. That's here with the Italian flag. And as you can see, a lot of boats try to pass underneath us, but Bubaldo and Tachycardia are keeping me here.
Is talking. He can't resist so close to you, and we have back between Alberto and Bubaldo.
And I believe I'm not really in a great position, but I'm not really in a bad too. So I'm in the middle. I have two boats over here on the right, Alex Loison from France and Tachycardia. And then I have Marco Gradoni on my left, that is just near me and ready to sneak into the mark and try to get the position over there.
So we are sailing toward the first upwind mark with Alex Loison leading the race. He's coming from France, and we have Tachycardia coming from Naples. Is a Melges sailor that is right now avoiding the collision and the attack on the back of Alex Loison. Alberto Carraro is also well placed toward the first upwind mark. He has Marco in front of him, but Marco gets a penalty doing a bad move in front of Alberto Carraro with Alex Loison that is now rounding the mark, and Marco Carraro and Alberto Carraro going in second position, 60 meters far from the leader, that is Alex Loison, that is now ready to hoist and ready to beginning the first downwind leg of this practice race of the Melges Virtual World League. On the water, we have some really strong sailors of the Virtual Regatta platform that is hoisting us. Alex Loison, Alberto Carraro, and Marco Gradoni, that is the three-time Opti World Champion, and he is also the Rolex World Sailor of the Year 2019. So, rich gets richer. We will tell you
phrase a lot of time during the series that we are commenting for you, because when you are in front, you can do everything you want apart to go in trouble. So you have to go faster as you can to reach the mark or the finish line. With Alberto Carraro, that is now third, that is taking on Black Mamba, that is to take again to be far from the bad wind made by Alberto Carraro, with the tachycardia that is now trying to go toward the right side of the race course. Alberto Carraro is now broaching to avoid Black Mamba. Really good move and clean move by Alberto Carraro, that is third, with Alex Loison with the green kite that is now going toward the mark of the gate. He is ready to
dropping
with the kite. Perfect move by Alex Obama is second, and Black Mamba is
Alex Razon in first, Black Mamba in second, I'm in third, and then we have Bubaldu, Tachycardia, and Bubaldu was there. 1 second.
I can tell you something, Alberto.
Yeah.
In front Black Mamba that is owned by Francesco Marrai. And,
wow.
he was a really strong sailor on the leisure class. He was in the Olympics for the Italian team.
Yeah, that's impressive having him against.
And you have also in front of you Marco Gradoni.
Yeah, we will see at the mark. Even here, Black Mamba loses position because we have a right wind shift. He went to the left, and now the system is giving a plus to the boat on the left. So it seems they are in front, but actually, as you can see, Marco Gradoni is going to pass really fast behind me, and even Loison is getting closer for me.
Loison is now in front of you of 40 meters. As Alberto was explaining to us the way that the system is managing the situation with the wind shift.
Yep.
We will have some really mark with Alberto Carraro that has some clean water to tuck in front of Black Mamba, and Alex Loison that is defending the leadership of the race, with Black Mamba that is doing a clear move around the mark, and Marco Gradoni is getting another penalty. Is the second penalty of the race for Marco Gradoni, with Bubaldu that is also penalized, and Alberto is also penalized. Returning in front of the race, we have Alex Loison that is leading almost from the start, with Alberto Carraro racing in second position.
And we are both going in this direction because there's a little bit more pressure at the moment. So we are trying to go in this pressure, and then we are going to jibe in the moment that the wind shift is coming in. As you can see, is becoming bigger and bigger. We have 3 red dots at the moment on the top on the bar. So in the moment that we are going to, if I'm going to jibe now, I needed to go for the attack over Alex Loison. So I'm going to laugh up a little bit. I'm trying to get away from, and as you can see, Black Mamba is going to have a really high pressure. He find a big pressure on the left, and he's going 15 knots. So it's a really good moment for him. At the moment, I believe he's going to finish first in this race because it's really fast. I'm slowing down the French Alex Loison, and so even all other boats on the left, like Marco Gradoni, is going to gain a lot over us. And the French give me a penalty, just hit me on the stern, and we have Black Mamba in first, Marco Gradoni in second, third position for Alex Loison, then Galimberti, Tyrone, and me in sixth position.
So the story of the race was downwind. with Marco Gradoni coming second despite two different penalties, and Black Mamba returning really fast from the back and getting with some surprise the success in the race. The race was dominated until the half of the last downwind by Alex Loison and Alberto Carraro.
Okay, no, I'm trying to. I put my face in the middle because I do not want to show the password. Okay, and I'm going in. Okay, perfect. So the new race is starting really soon. What you can say from this one? As you can see, we were fighting for the first position, me and Alex, and then a puff came from the left, and only Black Mamba and Alessandro and Marco Gradoni find it. So that's how they gain so many positions. So you cannot say anything until the end of the race, because it's really tough to say anything about the race until is actually anyone is on the finishing line. Sorry, I will put you in the middle again. What you can say?
Because sometimes I'm looking at the race, I now understand that when I see the two different screens, it's my turn. So I start to be ready to be in front of the guys. We are trying to collect all the results, and we are getting messages from the WhatsApp groups to collect the results from the races. And we are now almost ready to have the second practice race for the group number 3,
okay.
if I remember well.
So I have a question for you. Do we have the results for Enjoy on the other fleet? Because he was with me for... he's a really nice friend that I have. He's on group 1.
Okay, I have Fleet 6, race 1, with the success of Magia.
Sorry, can you repeat? Magia 87.
Magia 87 in front of Sail for Real Calta 16029 and Diesel 2000 and JCR. So Magia, Sail for Real, Raffi Calta, Diesel 2000 and JCR. This is the top 5 on Fleet 6 race 1.
Mm-hmm.
While from the Fleet Fleet 1.
Yeah.
Actually, Fleet 3.
Fleet 4.
Yes, Fleet, correct. Fleet 4, race 1, we had the success of the Turkish guys of Ajax, trailed by Fast Fish coming from USA, and Match Ita, Kesboro, Ersin Cenkturk coming from Turkey. And I can tell you that from the first and the second, the difference was just 0.4 seconds.
Wow, that was nothing. That was actually nothing. 0.4 seconds. That's impressive. Do you know the result of Enjoy M24? By any chance?
I was losing, Alberto.
No, sorry. I want to tell you that we started here. We have the whole of the fleet on the left side. We started a little bit later because I was impressed about your speaking abilities and I was charmed by your voice. But we have Alex still in first position, but we do not have either Marco Gradoni and not either Black Mamba is in 7th position.
Black Mamba is in.
And I'm going to cross nearby him. I'm a little bit back in the back, but not too much. And I'm trying to get closer to the rest of the fleet. I believe from the back I can recover only in the next leg. So we have Alex Loison in the first position, Tyrone from Germany in second. Then we have Bubaldo, Black Mamba, Nardizio, Alessio Muchacha, Abid 90, and Alberto Carraro, and 357, Fragabbi, and F Galimberti. So I'm close to the ley line. I'm going to tuck. Let's see if I can catch some position, because at the moment I'm on starboard, so should be fine, but you never know. Don't you dare to try to sneak in. Some problem for some boat in the front, so I'm finding myself in third position. And we have Alex in the first, Black Mamba in second, and I'm running in third. And I believe Alex is upset with me, so I will not going to cover him again. Try to go more free right now and try to be not covered by other boats. So I'm trying to go in this direction over here. Black Mamba is laughing up a little bit to accelerate a little bit and is going 15.2. Let's see if I probably needed to do a double jibe. And the mark, the left one is the pin one, is closer, but there is a right wind shift, so it will be a kind of a challenge to understand which one to go. What did you recommend? Do you have any recommendation for me? Okay, so I'm going to run the mark, I'm going to drop the kite, I'm going to follow Alex Loison, and I need to stay on starboard because the wind is from a right wind shift, so I'm going pretty good at the moment. I'm only 20 meters behind Black Mamba and only 30 meters behind Alex Loison, but the wind is going back to neutral, so I'm going to tack and I'm going to try to get the right. Sorry. As there is a right wind shift coming right up. I'm trying to bear away, but is no need because Black Mamba is tacking over me, so I need to tack again and try to get a little bit more on the right. And tacking back again. Let's see if over here I'm a little bit more safe for the wind shadow. Black Mamba in first position going 10.1 knots. We are going 9.8. This boat is kind of slow to recover, so probably I needed to bear away a little bit more. It's not a boat that I'm really familiar with, but I'm trying to do my best. And I'm trying to take the left hand side of the racing area. As you can see, there is a huge right wind shift coming right off, so probably I'm not going to gain too much from this choice. But at least I will be free from any wind shadow, even if I'm going in a port situation. Seems I have space to sneak in, but it's a little bit too dangerous and I do not want to get any penalties, so I'm passing behind Black Mamba. I run the mark and I found myself in the third position with Nardizio and Alessio Muchacha in fourth and fifth.
Alberto, I'm here again. I was having some trouble connection.
Okay.
And I got some report that my voice is, and I was trying to go up with the volume of my microphone neck, but I don't know if you can manage something to bring me up a little bit with the voice.
Yeah, absolutely. You're already up right now. Okay, can you lower a little bit because I can see a little bit distorted at the moment?
Yes, I can do that.
And at the moment we have a huge right wind shift, and actually this one is going to give me some plus over Black Mamba, even if Nardizio is coming to attack me at the moment. So we are fighting for the second position, me and Black Mamba. Let's see if the rules can change from previous race. Seems I'm in front of Black Mamba. I'm going 16 knots. He's going only 14 knots. I'm with more power, And Alex Loison finished again in first position, but I'm finished in second. And then there is a fight between Black Mamba and Nardizio. Black Mamba second, Nardizio third, Black Mamba third, Nardizio fourth. Then we have Bubaldo in fifth. Then we have Tyron in sixth. Then Alessio in seventh, Alessio Muchacha in seventh. Then we have Marco Querci TSQ and the last one that are finishing with 357 from Croatia in 8th, Abid Neti in 9th, F. Gallimberti in 10th, and in the last position we have Fra Gabbi. Can you still hear me, Mauro?
I can hear you really well, and I'm trying to connect with some new device for my voice.
Okay.
I don't know if you are now listening me well or not.
Right now I see you a little muffled, but it's okay. No worries. Okay, the race is not up yet. I believe no. Yeah. We have some issue with the audio at the moment. Did you change your microphone?
Can you? I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. It's a little was a little bit better before.
Okay. Here we are.
Okay, much better. Is not the best, but is much better than before. So, what you can tell us about this kind of race? They're a little bit madness. What do you think?
Yes, it was. I think that there is a competitive fleet with this kind of this bunch of sailor. We have some really tight races, and it seems amazing. Obviously, seriously, it seems amazing. Everything. You have no time to understand what is going to happen, that the scenario is completely different.
Mm-hmm. And that's really great, because every time you're going to race, you will have a different wind situation, you have a different configuration also against your opponents, because maybe the starting line is, as you can see, this one, the committee boat is really advantage. Probably there is more than 2 or 3 lengths. So if you start on the race committee, you can start maybe 30 or 40 meters in front of everybody else. So, okay, it's time to start. Marco Gradoni.
And we are in.
And we are in, and I'm disappointed, because I hope to have Marco against me again. I really wanted to. It feels that I'm unlucky, because he did not connect after he won he finished second in the first race. So I'm feeling a little bit strange about that. But we still have a Black Mamba that at the moment is with a penalty, but it's still 40 seconds to the start. So there's nothing to be worried about. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to start center line right now, because even if the line is really long, there is a left wing shift coming right up. So I believe center line will be the best choice. So 19 seconds to the start.
Yeah, it seems neutral, the starting line, the center line, the starting. In the middle of the line.
Yeah, let's see if I can avoid the penalty. I cannot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Even a false start was not enough to get a penalty before starting, but also a false start. I was trying to push a little bit too much. And right now, I want to go on the right-hand side of the racing area to try to change something and make myself more available for recover from a not great start. At the moment, I'm on the wind shadow from Alessio, and I believe will be better for me to tuck and try to find a clearer wind. What do you think about the left-hand side, all the boat on the left over there? Do you think they will have an advantage over the whole race?
Could be with the Black Mamba, with Marai that is now leading the race. And is now leading the race.
Yeah, and is only 40 meters ahead of me. As you can see, is just on my left-hand side. It's really close, and will be, if he is the first and I'm like the 8th, think about how many boats are going to pass in the middle between here and there. So the one on the right are going to gain a lot, and the right positioning will change everything.
Considering that you was OCS, now you are 6th, so you are doing some really good job on the race course.
Thank you.
And Marco Querci, actually you are 5th because Marco Querci is not in the race for the final results. He is the race officer. And we have Black Mamba now leading, so some good margin for Francesco Marai in front of Alessio Muchacha, that is second with 2 boat lengths in front of Nardizio.
Okay, it's up, and I'm going for a jibe set to go in this area where it is a little bit more windier. And I have an attack from Cookson. That
Cookson is Mattia Bozza, coming from Italy, sailing Club Marina di Camerota.
And I'm trying to go actually in a place where I do not have any wind shadow, because that's the biggest problem with this big fleet and with all the boats really close to each other. That can be a really big issue. And I'm trying to bring Nardizio and Alessio Muchacha out from the line, so I can easily take the left mark without losing too much. And there is a penalty for Marco Querci. Let's see if I can sneak in front of the French Alex Loison. And I'm going to drop the kite right now, and let's see if I can do a nice job. And seems I've done a really good running of the mark, and I'm in 2nd position with Alex Loison in 3rd position with a penalty. So Bubaldo is getting the 3rd. What you can see with a lot of as you can see, there are a lot of penalty in this kind of race. What did you recommend regarding avoiding this kind of issues? No, lost it. Okay, so Black Mamba in 1st position. 2nd is me, but I have Bubaldo here going at 10.2 knots, and we have Alessio Muchacha in 4th, that is, I believe is pretty upset with me, as I bring both him and Nardizio out from the ley line. So right now I needed to be really careful from Bubaldo, that is only 16 meters ahead behind me. That's not enough for me to easy and go free. But let's see if I can tuck in front of them and give them some wind shadow without getting any penalty, and if I can luff up a little bit to do the mark without losing the position. At the moment I'm in 2nd, Bubaldo is in 3rd. As you can see, we are neck and neck. It's really a tough competition, and I'm bearing away really fast to avoid any issue with him. I'm laughing back to slow him down, and I'm hoisting the kite. I'm hoisting the kite to see if I can go away earlier to avoid his wind shadow that at the moment is pretty massive. He is attacking me, so I'm defending myself by laughing up, We have Black Mamba, really easy and safe from going for an easy win, and we are fighting for second and third position. You know, my defense can be a really sneaky and terrible move that can be luff up a little bit, then jibe. And luff up again. I'm jibing here to defend myself from the Croatian team to have a Bubaldo going on the center of the field, and myself I am going straight forward. As I can see, there is more pressure, and I'm really going close to the finishing line with me, Bubaldo, and a 357 nearby at the same time, but bear away, get the second position, third position for Bubaldo, fourth position for 357, fifth position for Cookson, sixth position for Alessio Muchacha, seventh for Alex Loazon, that didn't have an amazing race so in this particular race. Tyron in 8, Nardiz in 9, Abid in Alb id 90 in 10th, F Galimberti in 11th, Fragabi in 12th.
And Marco Querci still racing.
And Marco Querci, that, you know, is the organizer. So, done 3 races. I do not did that bad, especially if you consider that who were my opponents with Marco Gradoni and Francesco Marrai. So,
and you were also out of the line in the last race of the series, but you get a second at the end on the finish. So it was some really good results for you.
Thank you so much. Highly appreciated. And as you can see, everything can happen. This one is a tough game, and everything can happen. This one, I put you in the screen so everybody can.
I'm looking at me, and I've changed again my system of communication with you, and I have under my hand our incredible entry list, and now we have to choose the race course that we have to going to follow for the last 3 races of the day.
So which one we are going to watch? And then I remember
we have to go checking inside of all the race courses, and we have to choose the first one that we will have under our eyes.
Okay, if you want, we can have. If you want, we can also have a guest. If you prefer.
Yes.
We can have. I can try to call Stefano from Enjoy M24 that was in the other group, so we can have some information from him. Okay?
Yes.
Will be okay for you. Let's see. Let's see if he's picking up the phone. So Mauro, you're back in. Probably Stefano is still racing, to be fair, because we did everything perfectly on time. Probably they will be at the end of the race, and probably I'm annoying him a lot with this call.
But today is just practice, so we can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So also we had the possibility to have a look on the oops, wrong one. To the next 2 stages. We have Tyler Rizzetto from ITA 4896. We have Ciccio Franco, Cizio Farina is really a good sailor. Alessio Zucchi from Ma, Simone Salvat, Zalmone Volante, Marco Pomerantz from Estonia, Marcopo, that have Marcopo as nickname, Giuseppe Philippis with Sodumagodo. Then we have Gerwin Jansen with from the boat SJ Jambok. We have
Shambok.
Shambok.
They are sitting in the Melges 32 class.
Okay, sorry. I know Shambok. I do not know that was. I thought was an H, not a J.
They are coming from Northern Europe, so.
Okay. So Gorkem Eturniu with Idefix, Maximilian Hibler with a Milhib. We have a Love Boat from Sebastian Freitag. Freitag, yeah. Valdemar with Valder. We have Jacket Novak with Jaku AW Paul 52. Giuseppe Di Milta with Petisso. Kano Butler from Turkey. Mr. Weber with a Jar 69. Guido De Rico from Italy.
But maybe I can tell you some story regarding the results of the other race courses.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm receiving a screenshot from our race official, and I can tell you that for the fleet number 4, the race number 3 was won by Fast Fish, trailed by Enjoy M24, Sparrow 1, and Hope Boat, then Cesare. So the first 5 position, we had Fast Fish, Enjoy, Sparrow, Hope Boat, and Cesare. Coming from fleet number 6, race number 3, the winner was Magia 87, trailed by Sail for Real and 081. If I remember well, this is the first position for Magia 87. He was also the winner of the previous race with Sail for Real coming in second position too. And I can tell you something more, the difference between the two first boats was just 0.1 second.
Wow, another finishing with 2 boats arrive at the same time. That's really, really impressive. So now we have finished all the races for this group. Next group is starting in
4 minutes, I think.
Yep. In 15 minutes is going to start the next one.
No, 15.
Yeah, 1-5.
1-5.
Because it's 22:40 and now it's 22:26. So, but probably the race will be already open, so we can start to have a look if we find them, so we can have one to focus on. Still a lot of races, even this late in the night. And I found the MWL1 with Zio Farina inside, so we can have all of them described in the perfection. We have ETA 4896. ETA 4896 can be Tyler Nizzetto from the boat Big Bang. Then we have Milheb from Germany. That is Maximilian Hibler. And then we have Ciccio Farina. Ciccio Franco, called Zio Farina, from Italy. Also him from we saw him in the last race we commented. It was the I Race from Home, done from a Naples yacht club. So we have one boat 65208 going in, but I do not believe that I know that one. Probably there is just a misunderstanding. We are having our amazing scorer that are putting down all the numbers for all races, and in the group 4.
In the group 4,
we have the lowest one, that is Match Ita with 12 points, is the winner. Then we have Ersin Genktruk in second, and Sparrow at tied point with Fast Fish, 15 points, tidying up for the 3rd position. Probably, yeah. with Fast Fish getting the 3rd position and Sparrow the 4th, due to the best result in during the series. We have Sudomagodo inside. We have Jaku AW Pole 52. Do you know any of the boat racing in this group? Because as I can see, there is 2 boats that are Casino Royale.
I can't see the screen.
Oh, you cannot?
No, I can't.
Okay, sorry. Probably some. Okay, it should be fine now.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so we have ETA for 896. We have MHIBL. Zeofarina, one boat 65208 that we do not have in our entry list.
Okay, I am with the list under my hand of this race, and it's supposed that we will have in ITA 4896 Tyler Nizzetto, Zio Farina, Ciccio Franco, Ma, Alessio Zucchi, Zalmone Volante, Simone Salvà, Marcopo, Marco Pomeranza, coming from Estonia, Sudomagodo, Giuseppe Filippis, Gerwin Jansen, the Shambok, Gerwin Jansen. Then we have Idefix, coming from Turkey, Hibil, Loveboat, Walder, Yakuav, Poland 52, Petisso, Can Albiter, Germany 69, Guido Derrico, Sail Inform, Edo P, that is one of the owner of the Melges 32 class, is the owner of Fra Martina, Pablo Torrado, the name of the boat is Torri, and that's all for the Melges World League Group number 7. This is the first practice race.
And we are... Oh, that would be a really tough group, this one. We have Zio Farina that is really strong, and I really saw racing a Sudomagodo, but obviously there are a lot of sailors that I do not know them, so everybody can be a surprise for us, like what's happened in the last one. Everything okay, Mauro?
Yes, everything is okay. We are struggling with the problem of the audio. We get some message from your friend Bragadin telling that he can't listen my voice.
Everything is should be fine.
They tell me that my voice is really low from the beginning of the streaming. I'm trying to change different connection for my voice.
That seems a little bit weird, to be fair, but probably right now will be a little bit better. We should be looking right now a little bit better. So we have how many minutes? We have 10 minutes to go. No, 10? Yes, 10 minutes to go.
8 minutes to go in this moment.
And we have other boat going in, Star Telecom.
Star Telecom is another of our Melges 32 boats. They were among the protagonists of the Melges 32 World that we had at the end of October in Valencia. We were moored under the Bells at Van buildings. It's an iconic building in Valencia built for the America's Cup of 2007.
Oh, that's really impressive. And I'm going to check if the live is going nice or not. Give me just 1 second. We have people that are having some issue with the connection, so are going in and then going out.
This is the reason why we granted 3 or more discards to the guys in the selection series.
So can you give us an idea, probably for the people who just connected, how many races will be, how will be divided, and how many discard will be?
So the idea is to manage a selection series over 5 days time, split in 2 weeks, ending on the day of Easter, with at least 12 valid results for the big part of the sailors. And so all the results that will be over the best 12 will be discarded for all the sailors. And at the end, we will have the best 19 in the overall ranking that will be selected for the gold final day. And we will have 3 hours of racing with just one discard on the day after the month, on the 14, if I remember well, Thursday 13 of April, so 2 days after Easter.
Okay, perfect.
And it's really important to underline that when we will have the finish of the selection series, we will have a winner of the series, and for the final day, all the sailors will start with 0 point in the line.
Oh, so everything about all the fleet that we're doing is just for qualification, and then everything is going to reset and start from 0 for the next part, right?
Yes, this is correct. It will be more involving for the final day, and also for us it will be great. Maybe you will be sailing inside of the final day series, so I will have to comment your races.
I hope so, because I really want to go in the top of this race, and even if my round will be insanely hard. As you can see, I have Marco Gradoni, I have Black Mamba, I have a lot of really strong sailor. For me, it will be really tough to connect to go to the final.
So now we are really happy because we have some info that all the people now can listen maybe a little bit better my voice. So we are pushing a lot from the start of the first day of racing for the Melges Virtual World League. So guys, welcome on the Melges Virtual World League. This is the practice day. So we are happy to have experienced some problem today, and we can work on to solve all the little details for the first day of official racing of the Melges Virtual World League. It will happen on the second day of April. The timing will be the same. You will get the email with the groups, and you will know when you have to go racing on the Virtual Regatta platform. We are enjoying a great day, a great evening of sailing. It's a virtual sailing, but I repeat again, I can taste the salt of the water by my desk here in my house in Italy. We are under quarantine, but we are having a lot of fun sailing virtually, thanks to Melges and Virtual Regatta, and also thanks to Alberto Carraro that is broadcasting the streaming for us all over the world.
And as you can see, it's not only the salt we can feel in our face, also the wind between our hair, with with the match we have.
As you know, in Italy we had our president of the republic telling in an out of record that me also, I'm not going to the coiffeur. So at the end, I can be with some long hair, and I can move them, trying to have some hair in some wind in my hair. So guys. We are ready to broadcast the first race of the group number 7. Number 7. And we are on the race course. We are still far from the starting procedure, maybe 2 minutes, maybe something
less than that, yeah.
And we are on MWL1, that is the boat of the organizer. So they are out of the race. While the procedure is still to start,
if you want, we can go a little bit around to show which kind of boat, which boat the competitor has. For example, Gerwin Jansen from Holland have an orange boat. Mibel is from Germany, is in green. Sudomagodo is in yellow. Boat 65208 is in yellow. Zio Farina is white with a yellow sun. Jaku AW Pole 52 is in green.
So I saw. I'm looking at a lot of green boat, and as you know, there is someone that is scared about the green inside of the sailing world, and we know that we have in Italy a lot of Italian sailors that are not happy at all to go sailing on a green boat.
You know that this is really strange because my own boat has a green deck. I have a 470 back in Italy and has a green deck, and I cannot be more happy to having a green boat and still doing a kind of good result even with my 470, even if it's green. So we have the start. So 1 minute to the start. If you want, we can analyze quickly the racing area. So the line is really given an advantage over the race committee, but the wind is a little bit shifty. So it will be interesting to see where the boats are going to start. If you want, I can keep the view from the committee boat. So at the start, we can see which one will start better. What do you think, Mauro?
Yes, just a second, because I'm doing. I have a problem with the battery charger of my Mac, and I have to change it. Just a second.
No worries. So 24 seconds. Zio Farina with a penalty, and also Start Telecom. And then we have Zio Farina that wanted to sneak in the race committee boat. Is really fast. Is going through the line to avoid any penalty. And then we have Jer 69 for the start. 3 seconds for the start. Some people like Star Telecom start early, but Zio Farina going for a good start. Jer 69 in second, and then we have a good start from our organizer that is in the top 3 position.
Yes.
So we have Zio Farina in first, and the German boat in second, that is over here on the right. But as you can see on the top left of our screen, we have the wind shift on the left that is coming really soon. So the boat over here, they're going to gain a lot. Even if Star Telecom didn't start, we have Mibi that is going to gain a lot from this wind shift, and also Zio Farina is going to be in a good position because they will be just underneath the ley line. And
so Zio Farina, I want just to remember to you that is owned by Ciccio Franco, while on Mibi, that is now 7th in the water, but we were pushing for him a few seconds ago. It's owned by Maximilian Hibler from the crew of Omanit Jr. in the Melges 32 class.
Wow, I believe we have also another boat from this. Another team from the same boat, that is Love Boat from Sebastian Freitag. Am I correct?
So for the moment we have some greetings from Marco Perazzo from Helly Hansen, Italy. He's following us on the Facebook, and he was really happy about my t-shirt that I'm wearing right now, an orange t-shirt made by Helly Hansen. We have also to remember to our guys that we have some special prize for the best Helly Hansen outfit wear while you are racing on the Melges Virtual World League. Zio Farina is first at the first upwind mark of this practice race. Is trained by Germany 69, and Germany 69 is Joshua Weber from the crew crew of it. Maybe you were telling to us that you were pushing for Mibi, and actually Mibi is third on the water while the fleet is sailing toward the gate. Can you explain to us why they are fighting so in a so not so wide water?
Yeah.
They are jibing one after the other.
Yeah, because the boat have a really narrow angle when they're going downwind. Probably they're going right now 150, so they have only 60 degrees of attacking angle, rather than upwind they have closer to 70 to 80. So over here the racing area is reduced a lot by their attacking angle. And as you can see, there is a Mihibi that is giving penalty to, no, is received the penalty from Jakku AW Pole 52, but he's receiving the same taste of the same medicine from Gary Jansen and three boats outside the
race course. With Jervin Jansen, that is in big trouble. He's sailing upwind with the kite at the end, and they are now turning the gate, and they are ready to sail upwind, while Zio Farina, that was sailing on the left side of the race course during the first upwind, is again on the left side, that is in control of the situation. I think that it will be really hard for the opponent to recover water. Respect the leader, that is Zio Farina, 9.4 knots. He's sailing on 37 degrees, while he's on 38 for Zalmone Volante. Zalmone Volante is owned by Simone Salva. Is a really young Italian sailor. He's inside of the one design classes from some year. Right now, we have a crossing between Germany 69 and Zalmone Volante. Germany is tacking to cover Zalmone Volante, but maybe is now under the coverage of Zio Farina. Zio Farina has in front of him some really clean hair. He will be in charge of his own future. He will do everything he wants, so he can be easily first on the second upwind mark of this practice race. Today is the official practice race day of the Melges Virtual World League. We are sailing on the offshore racer boat in the Virtual Regatta platform, and we are in the water of Porto Cervo. Now they are ready to go on the upwind mark with Zio Farina, that is trailed by Germany 69. Just to remember that Germany 69 is helmed by Joshua Weber, and Joshua Weber is in front of Simone Salva and Gervin Jansen. Gervin Jansen is right now under penalty and is now on the back of Jakław, Poland, 52. And this is the last upwind leg of this practice race with Zalmone Volante by Simone Salva, that is sailing on the opposite side of the two leaders. He is really well on the back of the opponents, and we have just to check if he will be able to recover some distance, respect Zio Farina and Germany 69.
I believe in this moment Zio Farina is a really big trouble. He's in a zone with no pressure. As you can see, he's going only 16 knots. He is covered just lightly by Ger 69, but Zalmone Volante and Jakku O are flying to the finishing line, and let's see how big will be the distance between the four boats, because I believe, a nice defense from Zalmone Volante, but he do not go too far, and he lost his position. So, easy finish right now for Zio Farina, second position for Ger 69, and there will be a fight.
Big fight, and we have...
I cannot tell you which one finished first.
The system tells us that the Polish guys was in front of Germany 69, so we have to trust in the system.
Yep.
And we have also 3 other boats in just 1 second. Let's go to check the distance. It's just 0.2
second.
0.7 second between the first and the second, and 0.2 between the third and the fourth. So the winner of this race is Zio Farina, trailed by Germany 69, and then Poland 52, Zalmone Volante, and the Love Boat.
Wow, this one was a really an amazing race. As you can see, even if there's only a few cents of a second between the two groups, even the four both finish in 4 seconds. So even like that is an amazing finishing line. And I'm really sorry for a lot of DSQ today, but some people maybe can come back for the next. They have to come back to that.
For you. If you want, I can tell you some story regarding the other race courses. And we have from the Fleet 9 race 1, the success goes to Mario Prodigo, and it was traded on the line by Gian Giacomo Serena di Rapigio, the owner of G-Spot, the Melges 32 that is really, really famous due to the logo that they has on the kite and due to the fact that all the crew is completely dressed in a bright red Harry Hansen suite. And then Hilarius coming from Russia, Milestone coming also from Russia, and Fabio Caldero in 5th position. So going again on the results, we can tell the story of Fleet number 6, race 3, with Magia again in front of Sail Ferrier, 081, Raffica Alta, and JCR.
Okay, if you want, I can tell you a story about the 3 people that are in race 9. So we have Fabio Caldeo, Valio 86, and Mario Prodigo that are not only from the same yacht club, but they also built their own sailing team. And they have, as you can see, the matching skin. They are all 3 all black with a bulldog on the sails. So as you can see, they already created their own team, and luckily they get to be in the same class, or unluckily, because you never know what's going to happen. Because with the 3 of them, it would be really interesting. And oh, sorry, I forgot also Federico Ita 71. There are 4 of them, all in the same race, all in the same class. And I believe there will be a big fight between these 4 of them. But also we have all the one you tell before that were really, really strong. And let's see what's going to happen. It's 50 seconds to the start. The line is really, really giving an advantage to the race committee as before. But right now we have a left wind shift. Where you want to start? If you were a sailor here, where you want to start?
Looking at the upwind, it could be a good idea to be on the race committee boat, trying to sail closer to the right line and trying to tack in the middle of the race course. So maybe I can decide to start not so far from the race committee boat, maybe not the first in the race committee boat, but going toward the race of the center of the race course and going to tack once I will be almost in the center of the race course. This is my personal idea.
A really bad start for Federico Ito 71 that start too fast and have to bear away and get a penalty, rather than his teammates are on the left hand side, and a left wind shift is coming right up really, really soon. They say Sheila is in first position, but with this left wind shift that is coming just right now, everything is going to change.
I'm now checking out the entry list of this race on my papers to be really well aware about the name of the competitors.
So we have Fabio Caldeo that right now is in first position. Second position, I believe, will be Hilarius from Russia. And then we have, I believe, also Valio that is in a really good position. And there is a fight on the back between Millennium Bug and Mamel, with a penalty for one and the other one stop against the wind. Sheila right now is all to the right. The wind is shifting back to a neutral angle, and is going back to the left again. So all the strongest team are going to the left hand side to see how much they can gain from the next wind shift. Can you tell us something about the racers, Mauro?
Yes, I'm. Maybe I found the race. Okay, I am with our guys. I have under my hands all the names, and we have Valerio Mereghini with value 86 that is leading the race, trailed by Fabio Caldeo, and on the Scilla we have Luca Camilli that is also coming from Italy. G-Spot is coming from Monaco, as you can see from the flag, but Giangiacomo Serena Villa Pigio that is now second is coming from Italy, is coming from Rome, while we have the boat of the organizer that is fighting and among the top position, and Federico Italy 71 that is now doing some good job. Is Federico Colanino. Maybe you know the name of Federico Colanino, and he's a really strong dinghy sailors, and he's sailing in the fin class with some really good results. And he has in front of him a lot of years to become better and better, faster and faster on the water. Here, as you were explaining to us, we have a lot of bulldog kite.
And as you can see, the whole team is going to get the top 4, guys. If they get the 4 of them in the top 4 position, this will be really crazy. They are all in 4th position, even if Mario Prodigo is one of the most skilled in their team at the moment, is fighting for the 4th position. Really nice move from his point of view, giving penalty to Ita 71. But now, because of this move, is probably getting a penalty from G-Spot. And as
Prodigo gets a penalty, actually.
Exactly, I told you. He's getting a penalty from G-Spot, and right now is, after giving one penalty, is getting one, and everything has to start again.
It's I'm looking some great sailing for Giangiacomo Serena Villa Pigio. He's one Melges 32 owner. He now gets a penalty, so he's losing some ground, and he's now 6th with all the guys of the black Bulldog team that are now among are leading the race with Fabio Caldeo that is trailed by Valio 86, Federico Italy 71, and Mario Prodigo.
That's really impressive. As you can see, even if they were penalized between each other, with Prodigo giving penalty to Ita 71, G-Spot was receive a penalty from the rest of the team, so he's almost doing a team race this one. And with the 4 of them, a really skilled e-sailor, they're fighting between each other to see who is going to win. And Valio 86 and Fabio Caldeo are fighting really hard for the 1st position. Even the group of Federico Ita and Mario Prodigo are fighting for the last step of the podium. Even Mario Prodigo is bearing away to try to give him a penalty, and it did. Even if their teammates, they really want to win, really want to have a good result, there is no teamwork, and Hilarious is getting the 4th position, and G-Spot is fighting for the 5th against Federico Ita. Let's go to the front to see the fight between the first 2.
So, I think that we can imagine to have some Bulldog kite in the final series.
Yeah, of course. Whoa! Mario Prodigo is taking down the Spinnaker for no reason, actually. And he's waiting, and there everybody is going... he's fighting against G-Spot and giving him a penalty. Everything to help Federico Ita 71 to recover and get a better position. You see, they take down the kite to take that position. Now let's see if Federico Ita 71 can beat Hilarious, even if there will be a nice fight between Fabio Caldeo and Valio on the finishing line. If they're going to finish like this, and there will be no story for Valio over Fabio Caldao, even if they are.
It's just a question of speed right now. So time and distance and boat speed, they have to push as much as they can with Vario that is ready to cross in front of Fabio Caldeo for less than one boat length, and they will be trailed on the finish line by Hilarius and Federico Colomino, with Federico Italy 71 and Mario Prodigo that is now crossing the line in position number 5th. And we will have also G-Spot at the 6th, Maelstrom, and then Zaxar, and all the other guys training one after the other.
That was a really an amazing race to see all these 4 Italian teams fighting so beautifully against each other. It really was a pleasure. What do you think about that?
Yes, it was really amazing, and it was really fun to have all the bulldog kite on the water. So we discovered something new race after race, and I am receiving the results from the other race courses, and I have the results of Fleet 9 race 1. The success went to Ja, trailed by Rayo McQueen, Farfallina Italy 2-3-4, Cirque, Sam Dmitrienko, and then Squizia Norway 8-6. So Ja was the winner of the race number 1 for the fleet number 9. Fleet number 7, race 2.
Can I stop you 1 second? Have you seen the name of Ja? Ja is Giacomo Ferrari from the team Ferrari Calabrò, the Italian team, the Olympic Italian team for the 470.
Obviously, I know them, and Giacomo Ferrari, I have it right now under my hand. We were not following the race. He's in the same group of Jens Alper Vatne, that was the former president of the Melges 24 class, and we have also Sergio Caramel with that is the owner and the helmsman of Arcanoe by Montura, and is in sailing on Cirque, and Arcanoe by Montura is the Melges 24 that won the European Sport Boat Championship the past year, and they were also the winner of one of the race of the Melges 24 World held in Vivasimills at the end of September.
Oh, you know that Sergio Caramel is actually coming from my hometown, so
yeah.
I have the opportunity to race a lot against him before he bought the Melges 24. He was on another boat on RC, and when I was young, many moons ago, we have the opportunity to race against each other in all the racing area between Venice and Venice Gulf and Trieste. That was really good. So we have we should have also Squizzy here, that is also another owner of a Melges, Massimo Collotta.
Squizzy, Massimo Collotta, yes.
I remember him as an owner of the Melges 24, and if you want, we can also try to call him later when obviously he finished the race, because if not, he's going to kill us. But going
name after name, in this group we have Davide Noli on Farfallina Alt, and Farfallina Ita, Farfallina. Fausto Proietti on Follia, Massimo Collotta, Squizzi, Marco Raffaellini, Raffaeli, Giacomo Ferrari, Gia, Lorenzo Azzi, Mantu, poi Mattia Saggio, Yancina, Yana Germani, Sam Dmitrienko coming from Ukraine, Cirque is Sergio Caramel, Full Send, Daniel Lawless, El Fabio D'Angelo, and No Limit is Lucas Downer, Jens Altenvatne is on Partiger, Rapscalion, Michael Liebi, Bate 972, Baptiste Dutil, Ryan McKean, Mark Barber, Spring Sailing Team, Alessandro Molla, he was sailing on the Melges 20 in the past, Squalo 73 with Michele De Giovanni.
You know, Squalo 73 in this moment is actually in the front of the fleet, all the way to the right, and the wind is expected to be rotating on the right. So probably he's going to sorry to cross in front of the rest of the fleet in the first position, with Iancina in second position and Giacomo Ferrari from the Italian 470 team in third position, fighting for the podium, with Sergio Caramel in sixth position, that he chose the left hand side of the racing area and now is trying to close with the rest of the fleet, but is going to be on port against a full fleet on starboard boat. Let's see if he can save himself from any penalty. And he's doing a nice tack, really a little bit underneath the ley line, but he cannot push too much. And right now, No Limit France is going to tack just underneath him. And let's see what he's going to do right now. And they're just squeezing it really close, but No Limit France with a penalty. Who you see as the best right now?
The wind is returning a little bit on the left, so it means that is good news for Iancina, and maybe also for Squalo 73 that can be second on the top mark. Actually, Iancina will have right away, and they can push from downwind on Squalo 73 that has to stay away from the opponent, and now Iancina can accelerate toward the offset mark. It will be really hard the beginning of this downwind leg with the Squalo 73 that try to have an early hoist, and is now sailing downwind just less than one boat on the back of Iancina, and now we have some big separation on the race course.
Yeah, I think this big separation will be really interesting to watch, because we have half of the fleet going to the right, half of the fleet going to the left, and Iancina at this moment trying to close up, and it seems that Squalo 73 is flying at 14 knots rather than Iancina is going 1 knot slower. So what do you think will happen on the next mark?
It will be really tough. That's maybe Squalo 73. He goes in the middle of the channel to reach the downwind gate, so he will have any full of chance when he will be on the gate. Iancina is now jibing, and now is just 10 meters on the back of the opponent, with Squalo 73 that decide to be on the left mark of the gate, and so he starts sailing on the second upwind leg on the right side on the race course, with Iancina that is right in the coverage of Squalo 73. Actually, he has to tack, and now Squalo 73 is a little bit in front of the opponents. I think that he will have to tack in not so late to go in control on the fleet.
Yeah, and as you can see, they start with a right wing shift, but a left wing shift was coming right up. So I believe we have to keep an eye on Farfallina, because she can sneak from the back and try to take the position in the top. And here we have a Squeezy also coming from on the left hand side with his marvelous panda with a pink sail. So I believe with this left wing shift, all the boat on the right, we're going to have a little bit of trouble. They will still be on starboard, but
it seems that you are really expert on this game. Actually, Farfallina was 130 meters on the back of the fleet, and now he's leading.
Yeah, by only 10 minutes.
It will be really interesting to give a look to the upwind mark.
Yeah, this one will be really interesting. You know, actually, we can put ourselves over here and enjoy the massacre, because this one what will be, we have Farfallina with a penalty from Squeezy. That Squeezy, remember, is on second position, but is also coming on port, and the wind is rotating so fiercely in this position that is really hard to understand. So we have Squeezy coming in on port, is decided to take the penalty.
Yeah, it was the better choice at the end. He has some margin on Sam Di Trienco, so at least it will be third on the water with Mr. Carraro, that is, with Mr. Ferrari,
Yep.
that is now hoisting in first position with a couple of boat length of margin on Squalo 73, and Squeezy that is third but is penalized, and that it is now on the back of Farfallina, Italy, 2-3-4.
We have also the Russian, the Ukrainian, Sam Dimitrenko, that is covering everyone except our Squalo 73. So he is probably going in a good in a bad position, but he's going really fast over there.
Actually, Ja has to jibe to go far from the coverage of the opponent. As you can see, he's sailing in the white water, so it means that he's under the coverage of the opponents, but now he's really fast because he's out of the bad air made by the opponents, with the Farfallina that is trying to go and cover him again, so he's not a good position right now for Ferrari, that is trying to escape from a dangerous position, while in the middle of the race course, Squalo 73 is coming fast, but is now again, also him is under the coverage of the opponents.
I want to tell you that also Sergio Caramel from behind, and no one see him, is coming at 15 knots, while the other two finish at 13, and we have Jan Sina also on the left, we didn't see it, in first position. Sergio Calam in second, Squalo and Ja in third and fourth. As you can see, going in the middle of the mayhem is not going to help. And these two guys went all the way to the right-hand side of the racing area and passed everybody else.
Let me tell that was one of the most amazing races of today, because we also we were focused on the other side of the race course, while Caramel and Jansina got some really good puff of wind, and they were able to go in front of Squalo 73 Ja, that was leading the race until the final moment, but he went on the back of Jansina, Selk, and the third classified that was
Ja, sorry.
Was Squalo 73.
No, third Squalo, fourth Ja.
For Ja, yes.
And then we have Farfallina and Mattia. Look at the distance between the two boats. It's nothing.
On the equal.
Yeah, is less than one. Is like 5 cents of second.
Look also between Norway and the Ukraine. They were completely on the same timing.
Yeah, so look at 5, 6, 7, and 8 coming in 0.2 seconds. This is incredible. 4 boats in less than a quarter of a second is incredible.
And I have some results coming. Fleet 10, race 2. The winner was Norway, 8-2-6, with Jansina and Farfallina. So the previous race of this group was won by Norway, 8-6 in front of Jansina, Farfallina, Ja, and Spring Sailing Team. While Fleet 9, race 2, Fabio Caldeo, in front of Valle 86, Hilarius, Federico, Italy, 71, and Mario Prodigo. And again,
do you have one more?
Okay. Fleet 7, race 2. We had Zio Farina coming in front of Germany, 6-9, Gervin Janssen, Zalmone Volante, and Poland, 52. So we are collecting on the results, and we will have all the results ready for the minutes just after the end of all the race of today. I remember again, this is the Platix race of the first event owned by Melges under the flag of Virtual Regatta. We are sailing in Porto Cervo on the offshore racer. So our customers, our participants are now taking confidence with the boat, because I have to remember their game is really real, and each boat has different respond in a different way, respect the others.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see all this. Normally this one is a boat that is not used a lot. A lot of dinghy are normally used, and the offshore race is one of the most tricky, also for experienced sailor, as is not one of the most used. So as you can see, we are all starting from zero. Some has more capabilities about the racing areas, but the conduction of the boat is all news for us, and I believe also for the newbie, for the one who just gain in the game, is a nice zeros for everybody, and this one will change the thing a lot between all of us.
And we have something coming from some race course. I think that we are again with the race course of Prodigo, because the winner of the third race was Mario Prodigo in front of Fabio Caldeo. Melstone, the Russian guy, was third, Lukian was fourth, and G-Spot was fifth.
And what's happened to the other two? There were four. Only two of them managed to be in the top two. That's really interesting, and they didn't do team racing this time.
No, in this moment I just have the first 7 position with Millennium Bug that was 6th and Hilarious that was 7th.
Wow, it's really tough, that kind of group. Can you tell us how will be the results? How will be divided? Will be the top sailors overall, the top sailor for each fleet? What is going to happen?
At the end, we will have fleets will change along the event, and we will make different fleets with taking care about the ranking situation. So starting from the second day of real race, or sorry guys, starting from the first day of real race, we will take the ranking of the practice race to build the new fleets, and we will change fleets. This is actually the idea, to change fleets taking care of the ranking situation. So at the end, we will have one general ranking with all the participants in. We will have a winner of the qualification series, and then we will promote the first 19 owners to the final day, and we will have just one day with the winner. We take it all.
Okay. Mauro, do you want to start to introduce the next group? If you can excuse me just 1 second, I am going off, just me, I'm going offline for a couple of minutes, and I'm coming back for the next group.
Yes.
So when you want, you can start to introduce it, okay?
Yes, the next, do you know which race?
I'm going to have a look if they're already open, and I'm going to...
The start will be at 23 and 30.
Yeah, but the race is already open. Is 22:15, so you should be already on, and I can find the first race.
It's also true that we can have some 5 minutes of rest with the screen of the race, and going to have something to drink, because we are live from a lot of time, so we can drink something, returning in 5 minutes time, leaving the live footage coming from the race course of Porto Cervo.
Absolutely. We are going to look at race 3. And the screen is on, and whenever you prefer, if you want, you can drink a little bit, and see you in 1 minute, okay?
Yes, sure. Thank you.
And here we are back again. At the moment we are going to follow the race number 3 and we have only Gonzalez inside. Let's see which one we can expect to see today in this amazing group. Let's see firstly if I can see any of this is race 12, so it will be hosted by Matteo. That is one of our amazing collaborator that we have. I do not see anyone that that I know as a e-sailor, except actually no, I do not know anyone as an e-sailor, especially because there are a lot of USA's team, Canadian team, Chilean team, Argentinian team. So this one will be more of the west of our 29 nation, because we have people from the US, people from Japan racing this one, people from New Zealand, people from Australia, people from Canada, Chile, Argentina. So this one is one of the group that as an European e-sailor we do not have the lucky time to have a lot of races with them, actually, because in their time zone is kind of a strange time, rather than is pretty common for an European to race at this time over the night. So for example, at this moment we have from west to east that we have, it is 2 p.m. in LA and is 5 p.m. in Washington DC. So for them is the best time. It is a little bit early. Normally people start to race from 6 p.m. ish. So probably most eastern US are good to go, but for the Western time they're still on lunch. So this one will be really tricky. Whoops. Let's put Mauro a little bit on the side. Let's see. We have Gonzalez from Chile. Let me tell you his name. Mr. Mr. Gonzalez is Matias Antonio González Navarro del Rappel Sailing Team. That is racing with one of the Melges. And we do not have many other at the moment racing, even if the race should start in 8 minutes. I hope the race is becoming popular and popular by the time the race will be ready. Let me check if we have any message from the live that we are doing on YouTube. They're all asking what time there will be the race and when there will be the race tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow there is no race, because the race will start on Thursday. That is the 2nd of April. And as you can tell, this one is just a practice race. So we have a result that are being created at the moment, but they're not the definitive one. They will not use that one, and I will tell you which one will be the next when we will have everything ready. We will give you all the information. Don't worry about that. We will communicate everything through email, not only where the result will be, but also what will be the next live and who. And we will try to have some more guests coming in for this kind of. Sorry, I was speaking about Squeezy before, Massimo Collotta, and he just sent me a text, tell me, sorry, I'm just racing with a Melges, not owning a Melges. Sorry about that. Thank you for the point. Can you tell us in the live which Melges was? And especially right now we are a little moment where we have to wait for the race to continue, and I want to know from all the person that are live at the moment, how many are racing on a Melges and which Melges it is showing up over here, so there will be no issue at all. We will see all here. There will be a nice chat room going on around, and so if you want to see say any message to everybody, if you want to tell me which kind of Melges are you racing, if you don't want to tell me that you are racing in the next series and you want me to say hello to everybody, just write it and I will see on the chat over there. Hello Mauro, how are you doing?
I'm trying to connect my helper.
Let's try again and try to speak. No, I cannot hear you. Sorry about that. Probably is in the setup for the software that we're using. You can select which one to use. So we have You Like Apples, the Canadian team. I remember that one. You Like Apples is really interesting. I'm looking at the list. I know there is a Canadian team, and is John Robert Emery is the only Canadian team that we have in this group. So probably You Like Apples. You Like Apples is a really strong sailor, and this one will be tough for everybody else. Sorry, I'm still showing you my face, but the list, the entry is going up. So we have Mr. Gonzalez from Chile. We have F10. No. Flow State. Come on, Flow State is easy. Flow State. That is Jeff Hayden, I think. Eric Champagne. Then you have You Like Apple. Then we have a Propheth. Propheth is Ben Wilkinson. And then we have a corner banger 69. That is Peter Foley.
I'm here. I don't know if you can listen to me.
Okay, yes, and the audio is amazing right now. I'm so happy.
So I'm again here with you, and we are on the Melges World League race course number 3, and we have Matteo Sprecacenere that is in charge of the starting procedure. We are going toward the start that is set for the 23 and 30 minutes. So on the 30-minute past, we will have the start. So in less than 2 minutes, we will have the starting procedure of this race. Inside of this race, we will have a lot of sailors coming from USA, and we will have Alio Sharps, Strauman Duluth, Easy Wind, Robert Emery, Johnny Cheddar, Who's Your Daddy? Then we have Chris Manson, Matias Gonzalez, Prophet, Bomb Squad, Sui, 200900, Soca, Argentina 4, F10, W State, Heaton, VIP 260, Corner Banger 69, Blitz Schnell, and Eric Champagne.
Wow, that's really an amazing one. As you can see, at the moment, we have only one Canadian here, that is You Like Apples. And in our list that we just mentioned, we have only one Canadian, that is Joe Robert Emery. So I believe this gentleman is, instead of using his own name, is using his nickname, and because the only one that we do not have in the list, I believe we are speaking about the same guy. What do you think?
Yes, absolutely yes. And the only Canadian boat is the one of John Robert Emery. I have Robert Emery as an entry name, but for sure, maybe he choose you like apples.
And as you can see, we have a Prophet and Bomb Squad that are both Wilkinson. This is just a coincidence and a really common surname, or this you think will be?
I think that they are coming from the same place. Actually, we have Ben and Sarah Wilkinson, so maybe they are relatives in some way for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we can see, we have a lot of people sailing on Melges in this race. Rather than before, we have a lot of Carraro, we have a lot of dinghy sailor. Right now, I believe we have more owner or Melges racer.
Absolutely, I agree with you. And I want to ask you something due to the fact that you are really, really experienced here on the Virtual Regatta. Do you think that to be a good sailor can help you out to understand better the wind shifts also in Virtual Regatta?
Yeah, absolutely. Not only is a two-way situation. So if you're a good sailor, you need just a little bit training on how to conduct the boat to get a good results. But also, if you are a good sailor, you can keep yourself practice on the tactic and race strategy with this simulator. So I think it's a two-way situation. So we have a message from Davide Noli, that is the ex-owner actually of Farfallina Ita 234, that is sold it the last November, and the boat will compete in the next Melges series with a Hungarian flag.
So we will have the Hungarian entry in our series.
Yeah.
Obviously, we are struggling to plan the season, but we are hoping to sort out from this emergency as soon as we can. Now we have to stay at home, as we have, as we know perfectly. And but as soon as we can, we will be again on the water to go racing in the with the Melges classes. We are close to the start right now in this race.
And we
with
have
Eric Champagne that is sailing toward the left side of the race course. He's sailing deeper, and he has to tuck right now because he was waiting for F10 W State, and he also take it as soon as he was able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, as you can see, even if they are both on portboard, they are so far ahead that they can cross easily in front of the whole fleet. So this one is actually giving them a lot of advantage. What do you think instead of the right-hand side? We still have a couple of boats that are fighting for the first two positions, even if I do not believe that with this actual wind situation they can cross in front.
I believe in F10 W State, but now it seems that the wind is returning a little bit in the equal.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, it's coming right now. As you can see, a black puff is coming from the right side of the racing area, and probably a right rotation is coming really soon.
And we have a corner banger that is now coming from the corner, and is trying to be in front of Prophet, that is hoping in some wind shift to be in front of the opponents, but he has time to make no, he's still too much down the line, too much down the lay line to get the mark. Actually, he's bearing away. He's having catching water to be safe in the tuck, And first on the mark, we have Corner Banger, that is trailer by MWL, that is out of the race. Prophet, so is second, that is really second right now, with You Like Apple, that is under penalty, and is trailed by Eric Champagne, that was sailing completely on the left during the first upwind mark. So the kites are up with Corner Banger, that is some good margin on Eric Champagne, but we have to remember that everything can happen until the last moment of each race here on the Virtual Regatta. And this is not just virtual. You can say that you have won the race just when you are on the finish line, and everything can happen also in the real world when you are going to sail.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you can see, Corner Banger is jabbed right now, and we have Eric Champagne to cover him. Let's see if there is a train of boats that are going to cover each other. As you can see, also Flow State is going to give some issue to Eric Champagne, so everybody is low down except MWL3 that alone is going over there just to not disturb anyone, but I believe he's going to cross in the top position. Just because
I want to stay out of trouble, and I will be first at the downwind mark. This is the
exactly.
You know, when you take the different move from your opponents, and you are really lucky.
Yeah, exactly. And as you can see, we have Corner Banger going for the pin mark and doing an amazing round. In second position, we have a Prophet that is going for the same mark. Even Eric Champagne is going for the same one, but he's a little bit late. And actually an amazing drop with a tuck, and with a right wind shift is coming really soon. Is really the best choice.
To remember that Prophet Ben Wilkinson is sailing on slingshot, so he's an experienced sailor with Corner Banger that is owned by Peter Foley of Team Rocky Road.
And Eric Champagne is going to
seems that Corner Banger right now has some good margin on Prophet and is in control of the situation, so he can be almost sure that if he will be focused on the conduction of the boat, he will be first at the first upwind mark and the second upwind mark. Sorry, guys. As you know, we are sailing on almost true race course with one upwind mark, one offset mark. That is really helpful to avoid some dangerous crossing while you are hoisting the kite. And Corner Banger is now approaching the mark. Then after the offset, they have to go sailing toward the gate, and they can choose if they want to sail on the right side or on the left side of the race course, depending from the weather situation and also the situation that they will find while they are approaching the mark. Everything can change in a few seconds, and you have to change your decisions as soon as it's possible for you to do that, avoiding penalties, collision, and other dangerous situation. Corner Banger is on the offset and it's ready to jibe. As you can see, they are sailing toward the offset with the kite up, so it means that we have some particular situation with the wind. They can make some early hoist. Corner Banger is sailing now toward the finish line with 74 meters on Prophet. Corner Banger is armed by Peter Foley, while on Prophet we have Ben Wilkinson, and on Eric Champagne, the owner is Eric Champagne.
Okay, so if you want, we can give a quick look of what's happening. At the moment, Corner Banger is going a little bit alone, but there is more pressure on the left. As you can see, Flow State is going much faster than Corner Banger. So on the left hand side of our racing area, there is actually more wind. And as you can see, Prophet is in a bad position just because it's being covered by the people in the back. But at the moment, it should be going much faster because it's going away from the shadow wind and it's going around the 15 knots, rather than Corner Banger is covered by Eric Champagne and is slowing down to 12 knots. But also Eric Champagne is covered by Bomb Squad, so It was a little
While
bit too
Conor
late
Banger-
for Prophet, but he did one of the right choice. It was a little bit late, let's see. And Prophet get the second position over Eric Champagne just on the end, with Bob Scott in fourth, You Like Apples in fifth, Flow State in sixth, and Johnny
So
Cheddar in
Conor
seventh.
Banger was the winner of this first race for the group number 12. We have a lot of entries, as I told you at the beginning of our streaming, and the Prophet was second, and Erin Champagne third, with Bomb Squad and You Like Apples, the only Canadian entry to complete the top 5 in this race. But it's now time for another race. We are not so far from the conclusion of our first day of racing here in the Melges Virtual World League on the Virtual Regatta platform. So we are going to look for another race, Alberto.
Yep, I'm going to check which one I can find really quickly. Marco Querci. Let's go.
Querci. So with Marco Querci.
So we go for race number for area number 2. For fleet number 2.
Yes, fleet
11
number.
Racing area number 2, but fleet is 11, and we have K-Mac from the US, Kelly McMurray with a wide open 125. Lance USA is Lance
Kim.
Then we have T-Pair Parzer from Chile. And
Thomas Pablo Arce Ricasse.
Wow, that's one.
Lucky Dog is Travis Weisleider, that is the owner of Lucky Dog, the Melges 24.
Then we have Lighting 14730.
Brian Hayes.
Then we have Cheddy from Belgium.
Cedric Willekens from the team of Omanit.
Then we have K Magnum.
Kyle Magno, Fast Break.
B. Janney
is Brian Janney from Warpath.
Skullpart 91.
Is Skullpart 91. Skullpart 91 is Spencer Coldpart.
Yep. Then we have Jay Portes.
From
Chile.
Coming from Chile. Jean Pablo Ortez Reti from the Rapper sailing team.
We have the last three, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1.
4, 3 is Kurban Ali, USA 155.
Great. Then we have Smoke MC2.
Smoke MC2 is Sean Bradley of Smoke. And last but not least, Alec 8015 is Alec Fisichella from USA. But we are in the minutes to the start of the second practice race of the fleet number 11.
Yep, and we are going to see the line that will give a huge advantage to the boat, to the race committee, to the start nearby the race committee. And we see Lance USA, that is one of the closest to the start, seems one of the best position because it does not have boat underneath that can cause a big trouble. But we have the Chilean boat that is going to sneak in front of him, and there is a start. Lance start in OCS, so he started too early and he has to go back. And we have in first position Lucky Dog.
Lucky Dog of Travis Weisleider, and he is the owner of the Melges 24. He's one of the most passionate sailor in the class. He's a really nice owner, and it's all the time a pleasure to have a chat with him. And we have now a penalty for 4-2-3-4-1. It was second, so he has to lose ground like now. As you can see, he is going down in the ranking, while Magnum is second, just 8 meters far from Lucky Dog. But we have to check the tactical situation of the race with Lucky Dog, that seems to be in control. If he will give a penalty. He got the penalty to Magnum.
Yep. And so in this moment, Lucky Dog went a little bit off the race course, actually the ley line, and the lightning is nearby him. So when the Lucky Dog is starting to bear away, it will go under his upwind dirty wind, so it's going to slow down. And we have B. Janey and Alec 8015 that can give a lot of trouble to the couple in the front. What do you think will happen in this mark, Mauro?
To be honest, I want to be maybe the guy that is taking right now on the line, or Alec. Alec. I think that Alec, as you can see, the other guys has to avoid the situation, and Alec is now
getting
a little bit lucky, but he's grabbing position after position and is now leading the race, while Lightning is losing ground. They are out of the penalty right now, and Alec has some good margin over the opponents. He has to pay attention from the dirty wind coming from the back.
Yeah, absolutely. But as you can see, it's a train of both. They are laughing up one to each other to give us as much dirty wind as possible. And only the one who can jibe away and try to go to the right-hand side of the racing area, they can be a little bit freer and go a little bit faster. And as you can see, Alec jibe exactly in the wrong position, exactly under lightning dirty wind. And this one will slow him down.
Look at the three boats coming.
And we have
some fight.
Yeah. And the penalty coming.
Fair, and here we have some penalty. Lucky Dog is also penalized in this moment with Big Jenny, that is also going down in the ranking. But we are talking about something that is going to happen in the back of the fleet, while Alec, that is well in front of Lightning, is choosing to sail in the second upwind on the right side of the race course, with some great fight in the mark with Skull Pyre that is now penalized, and Lightning that is returning in second position.
And also an amazing race about the Chilean boat T. Parzer, that he was always in the first position, and finally he get the third because all the other get penalized between each other. What do you think about right now? We have a neutral wind and it's going to be stable for a little while, but it seems that slowly it's rotating to the left. Let's see if some of the competitor on the right hand side is noticing it. And if they're going to the left.
Moment is really good for Alec, that can manage the situation, and so we have some battle between the opponents for the podium finish position, with the Lightning that is in the middle of the race course.
Yep, is over here.
This is Lightning. It seems that it will be really in front of Skull Pyre. We remember that Skull Pyre got a penalty at the downwind gate, while Lightning is now crossing in front of the opponent. He will be second. If he made no mistake, he will be second at the second upwind mark, with Alec that is doing a clear race and is
going easy.
The offset. Yes.
And we have the Skull Pyre that is coming back from the left hand side because of the left wing shift, and taking the position from Lucky. Even Lucky Dog have done an amazing upwind leg, getting back from the 8th position up to the 4th. Impressive the race of Lucky Dog, I say. What do you think?
Yes, absolutely. It's for me, it's really, really nice to look a lot of owners, a lot of people that I know in the real life that are sailing all together here on Virtual Regatta. As you know, when I'm going to sailing in Virtual Regatta, I have a lot of time, great fun, but I'm playing with people coming from all over the world and I don't know their face. So now that I know that Travis is sailing, I know him really well. So I can also imagine how he's going to use the iPad or the iPhone while he's playing with us tonight.
Sorry, Travis is...
He's a lucky dog.
Lucky dog.
It is now fourth.
Yeah, and he's fighting for the with Lightning for the position. But you see, Skolpert, 91 on the left will be taking probably the third one, while Lucky Dog is a little bit unlucky and will finish in the fourth position for just a few cents of a second, with the Chilean boat in fifth, K Magnum in sixth, Smoke MC2 in seventh. Too fast, sorry. Smoke MC2 in seventh, Lance USA in eighth, B Johnny in ninth, J Portes in 10, and all the other are disqualified. Whoa, another interesting race. What do you think?
Yes, absolutely. And we just missed one race to end the day.
Let's see which one we can find.
It will be nice to be on the race course number one with MWL number one that is organizing.
Do you think they already started? Nope. Nope. Let me try to search again. Let's go out, let's go in. Nope.
No.
Nope. No, not too many.
We had to found a lot of USA flag, some Japan flag.
Yes, true.
We have also guys coming from Japan.
So Spanish.
A lot of Spanish sailors. A lot of Spanish sailors on the platform.
Yep. Nope. That one was the link if you want to compete against each other in a single match. Oh, that's really annoying. No. We had the flags, but was not the right one. We have Marco Querci over here. Let's go for one more second and see if we find another one. If not, we go back to Marco. What do you think?
Yeah.
Maybe they're still racing. This one is number 3. Nope. Nope. We are not lucky tonight. I believe we can go back again to
Marco
Querci. It's gone. MW1.
MW1. At the end,
they just open it. They just open it.
Yeah.
That's why we cannot find it. And we have Gringo Racing.
I'm coming. I'm just.
It's Ryan Glaze from the team Gringo. Then we have I5 Kai Okuda from Japan. Then we have Chon Lee from Chile. Is Javier Andres Almarza.
Javier Andres Almarza Aranguya. Jakob Zilse. Jakob Zilse is owned by Jakob Zilse from the Long Beach, no, the LG Yacht Club. I have to check it. And we have both 65208.
That is an Italian one.
Yep. And it's and we have no Italian in this group.
Okay. Then we have corner banger.
69.
Yep. Corner banger should be in another. We should be in number 3, no?
Something that is not correct in this moment.
No worries. We have Ocean Rodeo Clown. That is Owen Miller from my team myself, and Benja Ortez. That is Benjamin Santiago Ortez Prieto from Chile. 20 seconds from the start. Look how strong is the right wind shift. Look how high is the risk committee boat. Definitely the one who are going to start nearby the race committee are going to do a great race rather than corner bangers, and Jacobit will have some issue. Let's see the start. We have an amazing race start from Osha Rodeo Clown, another good start from the Japanese team, and also from Gringo Racing. This one will be interesting. This is not as crowded as the other ones, so this one, the tactic will put no, the strategy will be more important than the tactic. So where you're going rather than which one that do not cover you will be more important. What do you think?
Yes, I agree completely with you, and it's all the time amazing to see some footage like this. It seems almost a real regatta with all the boats sailing in the same direction. This is a moment of is some waiting time. They are looking at the race course to understand when they have to tack, when is the moment to tack. Let's going to see if Ocean Rodeo Clown is trying to cross here in front of the opponents. He has some good margin and is now giving some dirty hair to the opponents. And I think that he tacked in the really good position.
Yeah, and force Jakob to tack, even if he's going to tack outside the ley line. So definitely the best move from Australian Radio Clown. And even corner banger staying there, even inside the dirty winds, is going to do better than Jakob, that do so much more water under his hull that actually is not going to pay at all. What do you think about the Gringo Racing coming starboard at really fast speed?
But he has right away, and the opponents manage really well to avoid him. While the Benja Hortitz is now under penalty with Ocean Rodeo Clown that is now ready to gain some margin due to the fact that he was the first to hoist the kite. And we have I5 that is now trying to look for some separation, but after a few seconds, he was jibing again in the dirty hair of Benja Ortiz.
That was definitely the worst option he could did, but Benja Ortiz is looking at the puff that is in front of him. If he can manage to go inside it before everybody else, maybe he can manage to pull up a nice streak and gain a lot of position. But if he's not managing to enter in this puff, he's going to be in real trouble. And we have Ocean Rodeo Clown in first position. We have a Gringo Racing in second position, fighting with Corner Banger. But Corner Banger, when will jibe, he will have the right of way. So it will be interesting to see which mark are going to go. They're both going to go to the committee pin, even if Gringo Racing and Corner Banger take down the spinnaker really early during the maneuver. And some issue for Jacob, but he managed to do the mark without any problem. Penalty for Benja Ortez, and a high five is getting the sixth position. What do you think will happen right now? There is a left wing shift coming right out, and Gringo Racing is now getting it to see if he's tacking, and now will be trouble for Ocean Rodeo Clown. What do you think will happen now?
Yes, I could be a little bit over the line, but as you can see, the line is returning toward him really fast, and for sure he will have some good gain in this moment. With Ocean Rodeo Clown that is almost ready to tack in front of the opponent to defend the leadership, and he made the good move while Gringo Racing is bearing away a little bit to find some clean hair, and now Gringo Racing is well placed, and he can be almost safe for the second position, and he will have the chance to fight with Ocean Rodeo Clown during the final, the downwind.
Yeah, this one will be really tough because then there is the fleet, but it's really separated, like 70 meters from the second to the third. So the first two are going to fight rather than the group. The second group is going to be really, really tough. I'm not sure what we should look as. There will be a nice fight between 5 different boats and a nice fight for the podium.
I think that Ocean Rodeo Clown will gain water because he was the first to hoist the kite and is now sailing faster toward the downwind gate. As you can see, it seems that he can have a straight line toward the pin end of the finish line. He is almost a couple of boat length over the ley line, so he will have to jibe for sure, but he can defend easily the leading position that he has right now. We know that sailors are really scaramantic, but I think that Ocean Rodeo Clown has some good margin, while Gringo Racing is trying to bury away as much as he can to sailing deeper and deeper toward the finish line. But as we have told you a few minutes ago, Ocean Rodeo Clown is the winner of the last race of the day here in Melges Virtual World League on the Virtual Regatta platform.
Then we have Gringo Racing, Jacob Bills, Corner Banger, Chon Lee, and a nice finish with a high five, and Benja Ortes closing the fleet in 7th position.
So
that was this was interesting, right? You see, Gringo Racing was catching up so much on Ocean Rodeo Clown, but Jacob Bills and Corner Banger start to cover him, so that things didn't happen.
And with the results of the last of the day was the Ocean Rodeo Drive first, Gringo Racing second, Jacob Zils 77 in third, and Corner Banger 69, and Chon Lee by completing the top 5 results. And I think that for today can be the end of the story. And Alberto, we have to remember to the guys that in a few days' time, so 2 days' time, we will have the first day of official racing for the Melges Virtual World League. So each race will count. You will have this card to avoid the problem of connection. Maybe you will make some mistake. As you know, everything can happen, so you will have this card, but pay attention. Starting from April the 2nd, every race will be so important for the qualification series toward the final gold day that will put on the same race course the best 19 helmsmen after the qualification series.
Do you want to have a quick look on which really fast on which one can be the top 19 right now if we are looking at them, or what's happened with the race before of today, the practice race? I know it doesn't matter, I know it's not really important, but just to give an idea on which one we have to have a look for and which one we should follow, and to give the audience some people to cheer to.
But to be honest, I I was impressed by the teamwork made by the guys with the black kite and the bulldog on, and I think that they are really, really fast on the water. And maybe you remembered exactly the name of the guys due to the fight.
Is Mario Prodigo,
Yes.
Vaglio 86, Fabio Caldeo, and Federico Ita 71.
And I think that maybe you will be among the top player of these events. And I was also impressed by Francesco Marrai. He was doing a really good job, and Marco Grandoni was also fast on the water. But we had him just for one of the practice races, and I think that he will miss no race in a couple of days time. So we have more than 200 entries, and it's really difficult to understand right now and to have right now an exact idea about the top 19. As we have saw tonight, everything can happen. Also, in less than 1 minute, we were following a bunch of boats that were leading the race, and they were on the back of other two boats that were coming from the other side of the race course. I remember Sergio Caramel in the race coming second, and he was on the back of the fleet until few seconds before. So it's not an easy choice right now, but I repeat, I was impressed by the guys of the Bulldog team, we can call it in this way.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I think Giacomo Ferrari, that is the 470 national team for the next Olympic, has done impressive races. We have Nicola Girardi from Escopazzo sailing team that also did a nice good races. And we always forgot, but we have a nice French that was really, really challenging in my own group. That was Alex Loison, that with a first and a third, he did a couple of pretty impressive races. So, Mauro, what do you think? We think we can wrap up for tonight?
We can wrap up for today. It was a great pleasure to be with you, Alberto, and I think that we have some info to work on toward the first day of racing, but I hope that everything with us had some really, really good moments, and I hope that they will be happy to be again with us in a couple of days' time.
Absolutely. I have a question from the viewers. That is, they're asking what time we should expect the next race. If it will be the same time or will be different.
No, I think that it will be the same time. We're trying tonight as it was the first official day of racing. Obviously, it was supposed to be an official day of racing today, but due to the fact that we had a lot of entries, we decided to have an official practice day because not all the sailors are experienced, and also you are really experienced also in to manage the streaming, but we were not so experienced with the virtual races. So I think that the time will be the same, but as it happens tonight, you will receive an official email from the organization with all the details, with the updated notice of race, and you will have a clear idea about the program of our event and how it will go to end.
Absolutely. And I think we are all looking forward on what will happen really, really soon. We are all waiting for this amazing email, because even I want to know when I'm going to race, because I'm really, really excited on to see Marco Gradoni and Black Mamba from
Francesco
Marrai, to have them in my own fleet, at least for the first races, and I'm really, really excited. I think we have done an amazing job, and I wish to every European players a really good night. I wish to every non-European, so US, Japan, Chile, Argentina, good morning or a good afternoon. And guys, see you in a couple of days. Thank you to Mauro.
Thank you to you.
Sorry, Mauro. Thank you for all your help for today, and see you on the 2nd of April, same time, same place here with Virtual Regatta Inshore, Melges World League.